It's a Scotty Ray Report, reliable, fast, and true. Headlines, weather, local news, he brings it all to you. From the courthouse to the back roads, he don't miss a thing. Traffic storms, communities on top of everything. Bringing you the news you need at home or on your drive. Listen in, it's Scotty Ray time.
And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. The whole gang is here except Julia, who is vacationing somewhere.
Yeah.
Good morning, Odie. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing better.
72 right now. We're going to get to 81. And was it raining, guys?
Yeah, it's raining hard.
It sprinkled, and then it just bottom fell out.
Oof. Y'all be careful out there no matter where you're going. It could get dangerous from time to time as you begin this day. Let me ask this, because I got bits and pieces. Kyle Busch, what do we know?
I read somewhere that it was like a brain bleed or a hemorrhage in the brain.
And he just won a race, didn't he?
No, he was in a race
in
at Watkins Glen and a road course, and while in the car, my understanding, he requested a physician to meet him at his RV.
And then it went south.
Went in the hospital day before yesterday, and that was
41 years old?
Yeah.
great talent, man. He was probably as close to Dale Earnhardt driving a race car as anybody. He can drive. He's really good.
So condolences to his family. Just not expected. I know there's not a lot of us that watch NASCAR anymore because I was not aware of it until Fox News broke
very
it.
Seldom watch it either. And
Yeah, but still for the family. I mean, he wasn't my favorite. I'll give you that. Jimmy Johnson wasn't either, but you can't find somebody behind the wheel like Jimmy
that's
Johnson
right.
either.
That's right.
But this is sad situation all the way around.
We've got two small children. And
Oh, two of them?
Yeah.
That's tough there. I always like to pick Todd's brain, so we're going to pick Todd's brain this
my
morning.
goodness.
Because I often run up on cases that have happened around the U.S. of A. that I go, I wonder if Todd ever had to deal with this. Have you ever been involved in an investigation that, and I think the word is a love triangle. You ever had a situation like that?
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
We're going to go to Ohio. And she's not. I'm trying to be. You know how you try to be politically correct. I'm doing my best here. She's kind of rough looking, but she had a husband and 5 boyfriends, and they all lived together.
Oh,
No, number
say that's more than a triangle.
Yeah.
There's more points there than
That's one of them.
That's getting close to an octagon now.
a whole lot more points.
well, number 6 made her mad, so she sicked the 5 boyfriends and husbands on number 6.
Okay.
They took him to a local hotel and checked him in and kept him there a week and beat him periodically throughout the day. She's been sentenced to 22 years in prison for her ringleadership, and the husband will get 16 years for his part of this, of tying the old boy up. He finally got away to get a pack of smokes and call the police. And this was in I believe it was in Ohio. Is that where it was? That sounds Toledo, yeah.
Toledo.
But
What was her defense, Greg? Let's
wait a minute.
Okay.
They should hire her and put her over a government agency. Because anybody that can get 6 men, 7 technically, correct?
Yeah, you're
'Cause she had
correct.
5 boyfriends, a husband, and this was the next boyfriend.
Yeah.
7 men to do exactly what she wants when she wants it done. She should have been a team leader at Walmart or something.
Well, you can tell when it come to the pleasure part, them other ones was, they said if we mess this up, we know where we're at.
That's exactly right.
Anybody want to see a jail photo?
Yeah.
Let's go to Daily Mail. Here she is now. Be ready.
Oh my gosh.
Man.
Like big boss lady.
Yeah, and they referred to her as the word big in it as the description for
Boss lady.
boss lady.
Yeah.
She ruled the roost. And she
Yeah, but
only-
now I'm like Odie. I mean, when she sent you out to do something,
You did it.
you better don't come back disappointing.
I just how a woman could have that much control over a man.
I don't know.
Oh, shut up.
Love.
We can all say that, but come on now.
They rule the roost,
If
don't
you're
they?
married, you're under somebody's control.
Yeah, well, that's true too. I forgot about that. The
Where's Angie at?
I'm scared of that woman. We don't need
Making
her.
a list of people for him to beat up.
Yeah.
So that was one of the most bizarre stories that I've read upon in the news here lately. She's going to be in jail now.
I ain't heard very many that's close to bizarre as that.
I hadn't either.
Who gets to visit her at the jail? How you answer that one,
She put
Tom?
on the list, I guess.
He needs some more paper.
I always think
Number
of.
5, he don't show up.
Did y'all ever watch? It really is funny. Welcome Home, Roscoe Jenkins. Have y'all watched
yeah.
that?
Yeah.
You really need to watch it.
Just that.
What's his name? The comedian that plays that part.
He was on
Bad with
Bad
Will
Boys.
Smith, Bad Boys. His partner, whatever his name is.
got the big ears.
I thought they were little ears and big.
Had
ears.
one big, one
Well,
little.
they are, but he's also got a little head, so they stick out more.
Okay, all right, but it's funny, and I can't think of his name. But if y'all ever get a
Y'all
chance
know
to see
who
that,
we talking about.
his sister went and met with the inmates a lot. He reminded her that she whooped him. She whooped him bad. That was hilarious there. Again, if you're just tuning in, our special guest this morning, you can't help but see him there. Former Sheriff Todd Kemp joins us there, all the way from where?
Junction City.
It
Junction
wasn't
City.
raining when you left church today, was it?
No,
No, it was the day after Christmas when he left. Coming up here.
It wasn't. No, it wasn't Kevin
No, it wasn't
Hart.
Kevin Hart.
It's
He was
Martin
in
Lawrence.
Martin Lawrence. There we
Okay, I
go.
know Martin.
Martin Lawrence is funny. Him and Will Smith really played that part there of.
That was a good movie.
Yeah,
That he played in Wild Hogs or something. Didn't he?
he sure did. Wild Hogs was good. Greg, you look like you ain't seen that one.
I have seen that.
What do you give it?
It's all right.
The bull scene was kind of
There ain't
funny
no
there.
77 Bandit Trans Am in it, but it's
Well, that's true. It wasn't. Good
Buy you one of those.
man. Have you looked at the price?
no joke. I
He
can
doesn't have the
remember.
money because he keeps spending it on a Harley.
I can remember going up and down the frontage road. No, my wife has a Harley.
And Greg gets called. Hey, bring the trailer. I'm broke down again.
It does well. It runs fine at home. It just don't like being away from home.
Like being away from-
But anyway, I can remember going down the frontage road as a teenager in college or whatever, and there'd be them little old mom and pop car lots.
Yep.
And every one of them had one or two or three Trans Am, 77, 78, 79 Trans Ams and Z28.
Mach 1 Mustang.
$2,500, $2,800, 30. Oh, this one here's loaded low miles, $3,500.
Yep.
And now you price one.
I thought honestly you could probably buy one, and I'm thinking this is high, somewhere around 45, 50,000. But the Black Bandit is somewhere in excess of 1 to 150.
Yeah, 120, 130. Now you can buy one for 40 or 50, but you better look at it after dark because it's been hit more times than Muhammad Ali.
That's right, and you're gonna have to sink another 100 in it. I
This
just
guy does, I don't know if it's on the one of those hot rod channels on there that I've watched, Roadworthy Rescues.
yeah,
And he drug one out of North Alabama,
I know the show you're talking about.
and he just pieced it together and throwed some paint on it, and he was going to turn around and resell it. But it run good, but it had some issues.
It had a history behind that one.
I mean, it had been wrecked. He had to weld the frame and all back together and all this kind of
Woof.
stuff. It was rough looking, but he made it look decent. But
You don't even see them now sitting behind houses with grass
But
growing
you
up.
also got to remember at that time, probably in the late 80s and in the 90s, when dirt track racing, they used up a lot of Camaros, Trans Ams, that body style.
that's all you saw.
Oh, yeah. Beat the windows out of them, rail a roll cage in them. They made race cars out of them, and that got rid of a lot of them.
That's when you were doing racing, wasn't it?
And go,
Okay, well, I'm far
Oh,
from
yeah.
it.
So I mean that used up a lot of those model cars.
My oh my! So, how's speaking of old cars? How's it coming on the truck?
it's slow, but it's coming. I'm Doing a lot of rubbing. I can't get Greg to come help me rub it.
Have you considered a air sander? Or
I
you-
got
you-
one.
Oh, okay,
I
okay.
got two.
Her name is Kathy.
No, I got all kind of sanders.
I
need
just,
some hands
I
to help
just,
operate.
I just wondered if you was hand sanding. Oh, yeah.
Rotary sander, man. I'm telling you.
See, if you were still sheriff, you could have this as the community project at the jail. Y'all come on back here.
Inmate project.
Put you in jail for that kind of stuff.
Oh, do they?
How much sun time do you want to?
So seriously, that's you can't just have a little project like that going around.
I'm sure if it's on county or city or state or federal property, inmates can work there, but they cannot work outside of that.
So you could bring it in one piece at a time.
I guess so. Yeah.
But you know how that'd be. The right powers that be would get
Yep.
involved, and one of them didn't have a dust mask on, and now he's got a sniffle.
go, yeah.
And you'd end up paying $2.3 million for
For that sanding job.
Yeah.
So it just isn't worth it anymore.
Yeah.
But
They got more rights than you got.
But y'all remember back in the day, like a place like what is it, Ross Collins, that people would bring in different cars and students would get to work. That might be an avenue for you.
be.
Yeah. So we're pulling for Todd on this.
It takes 6, 8, 9 months to get it back.
I had forgotten
Nothing wrong
just
with it.
how labor intensive this is. And,
Ooh, that sanding is serious.
Yeah, but it builds character. Like
Well, you didn't get a small one to start off.
Karate
with.
Kid.
I got a tank.
You got one that carries more acres than
Like Karate Kid, wax on, wax
Yeah,
off. It builds
yeah.
character.
But I got reinvigorated. We went up to Fort Payne this last weekend to an international harvester truck show, and I got kind of reinvigorated there. So it's very
Were there any of those there?
yeah. There was several there.
Somebody else fell for
Mostly
that.
Scouts, mostly scouts and trucks, but they were 3 or 4 travel-alls up there.
We want to have another picture of this.
Yeah.
All right, already 11 minutes into the hour. We got a lot coming up with local headlines. Make sure to get those birthdays to us.
Well, we got a few coming.
Union today. Ooh, I hope everything's going well there. We'll be right back.
Looking for a deal you can't pass up? Right now, drive off in a quality used car for just $299 down and only $299 a month here at Johnson Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Meridian. That's right, good and reliable cars packed with features at a price you'll love. $299 down, $299 a month. Look, I'm not kidding. This is a real offer that our customers have taken advantage of for years now. Come see us today, Johnson Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Meridian.
PGP, located at 910 Posey Avenue, has tons of lawnmowers to choose from. A big selection of zero-turn mowers, power washers, and even barbecue grills. Step inside and see the complete line of Liberty safes with Browning safes. A large selection of Louis Vuitton purses with satin shirts and bead sets. And you're bound to find something for the outdoorsman in your household. And always a great deal on any type of jewelry you're looking for. A private lobby for your pawns for your confidentiality. PGP, 910 Posey Avenue. The Scotty Ray Report studio is sponsored by Environment Masters, providing hassle-free heating and cooling, plumbing, and electrical services since 1957, and now serving Meridian homeowners. Welcome. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. We were talking about the ball game last night. Meridian had their inaugural. Is that the way you say that word?
Inaugural, yeah.
Inaugural baseball game with the Blues, and it was a little loss there. 10-7, the guys lost. And if I'm the Niners, I'll word it that way because I can't.
Nacogdoches.
Yeah, them people. They steal everybody trying to figure out how to spell their
Well,
name.
in Louisiana, they pronounce it Nacogdoches.
Nacogdoches.
Across the state line, it is pronounced Nacogdoches.
Now I've heard it said that way.
But and for some reason or another, and it's spelled the same. But
And it's kinda like-
the pronunciation is different.
Louisville, Mississippi, and Louisville, Kentucky.
That's right.
Boy, you want to talk about confusing. That gets it there. But I heard it was a great turnout last night. I was not able to make it to the game, but I understand it was a good turnout with that. First pitch was thrown out, and we got our professional baseball underway there at Scagg Field at MCC. So I hope everybody enjoyed it who went out.
Did you throw the first pitch out?
No, I didn't throw the first pitch. I don't know who they had throw the first pitch. I'd worked my arm out just to make sure. If
Yeah.
I called, I was ready.
Yeah, that's me doing the national anthem. I did all my me.
Just in case.
Yeah, just in
Always
case.
be prepared.
It was me or Roseanne Barr. It was a toss.
Speaking of, I don't know, but we got a great view sent in this morning. We often get these sunrise views that are sent in. Look at that! Isn't that just gorgeous?
Is that up at Oak Tibby?
Yep, that's where it is. There, right out that little cabin that you can rent.
It's like paradise.
Yeah,
Key West is where that is. So
that's a big old pond.
it sure is.
Environment Masters for sponsoring that.
Yeah.
Sponsor for the picture.
Now,
That's a good.
I want to. We've been talking about this for weeks now of car burglaries, and I think we had some more last night, or at least one. So I'm saying this: if you're watching and you live out Van Zyverden way, go check your stuff. I think we had one car that was broken into overnight. As we'll go here, this will be down on Kristen Lane. This is just off Van Zyverden, Nature's Way in that area. If they made it toward the end, then they've probably checked every door of every car that was in that neighborhood. Okay. All of those neighborhoods in there, check your cars this morning. Call the Meridian Police Department. That's City of Meridian there, I think.
Yep. And more than likely, it's going to be one group that's doing all of this. And,
Yep.
And they'll eventually get caught. And
This started in Clarkdale. Then they would move to the Northwood Meridian area and clean out cars there. And they've just been skipping around town doing this nightly.
yeah.
So watch your stuff.
If they're on foot, they're hard to catch unless you get some good surveillance, video surveillance and stuff like that for them. There's more than likely they're covering their tracks pretty well.
Yeah, and they've been doing that really well.
They'll eventually get caught up.
And it's
They'll
one of
get
those.
too brave, in other words, too brave.
But if never mind, I can't say that.
But you know, as you're.
If you'd leave one of them laying there by the car flopping, the other ones would get the point, and they would quit that.
We cameras go off. Sometimes you sleep through this, but you know if this happens, call the police immediately so they can get out. And I think there's some descriptions. That, yet again, there was a hoodie involved in this, and you just can't at night. They know this. You can't see facial.
That's why they're
description.
doing it.
That's why
Correct.
they're doing it. Years ago in the south part of the Clarke County, we had a little old country store kept getting broke into. And the owner finally put burglar bars up there.
About the 15th time, it was time to do
15th
that.
time. And he put the burglar bars up there. Well, we got down there one morning. They took a floor jack and jacked the bars apart.
You're kidding.
Still go in there.
Clever.
And the guy and the owner said, "What would happen if I were to hook some electricity to these bars?" I said, "Man," I said, "that's on you."
Because that would be considered.
I got down there one morning and there was meat hanging on that bar
You're
in
kidding
the
me.
store. Never got broke into again.
But he put a little juice to it, huh?
Nobody said I got shot.
But he didn't hook one pin to it.
But as you said, that's your baby.
That's his baby.
Make sure they ain't nothing hooked to it when he gets there.
That's right.
But yeah. But things like that do happen. But you know, we were talking about this a minute ago about the sanding. How somebody they go after you for so many different
Oh yeah,
ways.
you get sued for that.
Yeah. Well, I got hurt in your store breaking in. Well, it's your fault. No, it's not.
That's what this country's come to.
Well, when you break
a
into
lot of
somebody's
your-
house and end up running out the back door and you fall in a swimming pool and then you're able to sue the homeowner for not having a fence around the swimming pool because you can't swim, there's a problem.
There is a problem. And we got judges that are backing this kind of
Then
stuff.
you wonder why your insurance premiums are so high.
Yeah.
It's because the insurance companies are quick to write a check to keep it from going to court.
Yep. And they know
And
this.
they know that.
We go to Neshoba County next, and whoop, we got a GMC that's been
park there.
rearranged
Gracie Mae Cox
and cleared it out there.
Yeah.
plowed the ditch out.
It did. So expect, and you know, you hate to do predictions, but today with this wet weather, we all know that we're going to be on the scene somewhere later today of somebody that slid off into it. Just be cautious as you can.
Leave early so you don't have to follow behind and rush to try and get to work. Leave with plenty of time.
Let me just show you an example as I went up Highway 45 yesterday. Here's a prime example of what's going to be happening later today. Lewis Wrecker on scene, as you can see, pulling it out from the bushes. And this is another one of those wrecks. If somebody hadn't have seen it, you wouldn't see it because the vegetation has gotten so thick right now.
1050 J1.
That was. And it's got it rearranged there, didn't it?
J2.
It was. They called it a J2. I don't think it was, serious, but definitely a mess up there. By all means, there. Let's see what else we had going on yesterday. We had
we did have Miss Linda Massey on our birthday list yesterday and gave her a big shout out. But we hate that y'all missed it.
Well, we can do it again today.
We'll do it one more again, though.
It won't hurt to bring that up.
Not at all.
Trump done the annual Trump dance last night, and this is past our bedtime. We don't watch this guy, and he definitely doesn't speak our language.
If I was awake, I wouldn't watch this guy.
Stephen Colbert, do you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
His show ended last night, and Trump was seen doing the YMCA, and Stephen doesn't like him anymore.
Rhonda, no, I do not miss it. I miss the people, but I don't miss.
Oh, come on, Todd.
I really don't. I'm happy with life right now, and I don't have a lot of stress anymore. So
All you've got is trying to finish this stuff.
Stand on, stand off with
That's
this
right.
body repair business.
But seriously, you don't like reach for your gun out of habit every morning to see.
and I can't say I don't do that. But
Can't say he doesn't find it either.
But you're not missing what you used to do.
No, I'm not. I've had enough. And whoever reaches that point of when you get where you can retire, I knew it was time. I knew it was time for me to go. And but I do miss seeing the people every day and interacting with a lot of folks. But right now,
Oh, you still interact with a whole, but you cause
I
a
do.
commotion everywhere you go with us.
but I stay out of sight, out of mind, and I just I mind my own business.
Ain't nothing wrong with that there. Clarke County, it kind of disappeared. You tried to do the Johnny Carson thing. It didn't work out. We keep bringing you back.
Right.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, I can see how it would be missed. And some people think they want to retire, and then once they get there, it ain't what they thought. They should buy an international harvester.
Yeah.
You got to have something to do when you wake up with
the
nothing
most
to do.
interesting part about an international harvester is finding parts.
Ooh.
There's only like 2 or 3 providers out there that have like
Anything.
park light lenses and tail light lenses and stuff like that. You just can't find that stuff. It's just hard to find.
Cash, clunkers for cash. What was that called?
Oh yeah,
Cash for
That's
clunkers.
right.
Yes, sir, Bob.
A
It
ton of them.
got rid of everything that was with parts on there.
But I imagine as far as actual numbers, and you probably know a lot more about this than I do. You take a 68 International and set it by a 68 Bronco, 68 Blazer, the numbers of those produced. Well, the more of something that's produced, the more readily available
Parts.
used and aftermarket parts or whatever. They just, to me, it might have been more popular somewhere else, but International never
Didn't have
was
it
that
here.
popular. I mean, I remember some people that owned Scouts. I remember 1 International, 2 International trucks, pickups. I'm talking about.
Yeah, it was. She looked like, what was that woman that was on the Brady Bunch, the house? Alice. It looked like Alice driving. That's the only person I've ever seen other than Todd drive one. It looked like Alice going down the road.
But I mean, there really just wasn't that many produced.
No, International Harvester did produce tons of vehicles from trucks to Travelodge to Scouts.
Right.
Big trucks, 5 tons, anywhere all the way up to 10-ton trucks. And but they had a bad business management that went on in the mid '70s. Of course, the gas crisis helped a lot of it because the thing don't get but about 10, 11 miles to the gallon, and that really crippled them. But they were making a pile of vehicles, but management mismanagement. Probably.
Dealer networks, probably.
Yeah, it costs you.
You know, like I've yet to see. I remember as a kid, the Irbies that lived down from us in Scuba, they had a '73 Chevrolet station wagon. You don't ever see them at car shows.
Because they were so heavy.
It was
It
big.
brought big money at the crusher. You think about that.
It did.
And I tell you also, we went through a time, and I don't know if it's still that popular. They would buy up any big vehicle they could find, wrecked, running, it didn't matter, and they sent them south to Mexico.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, the more people could ride in it, the better they liked it. And you can go down there now. Odie will tell you, you can go to Cozumel, you can go to some of these cities,
Old
and
cars
you'll see all them old American-made vehicles. But again, they wanted the biggest vehicles they could get.
Yeah.
All right, coming up, we'll get into Clarke County. We'll get into the, it was released yesterday as the jury put out the grand jury report. We'll go over that here in just a few moments.
For something as vital as your eyes, you should have your lenses and contacts made with the utmost care and precision. And that's what Grayson Optical does on 24th Avenue. Since 1996, Grayson Optical's mission has been to provide Meridian and surrounding areas with quality eye care products. That's why we're locally owned and operated. And don't forget, custom-made sunglasses like Costa for your eyes only. When you need to see clearly, Grayson Optical, 2021 24th Avenue, Meridian, 601-693-6374.
If you need a front-end alignment, drop by J&J Tire and Muffler on 8th Street. With the purchase of 4 brand new tires, they'll throw in a free front-end alignment. That's right, a free front-end alignment with the purchase of every 4 new tires. J&J also has touch-free mounting, laser wheel balancing, and as always, they provide preventive maintenance, including CV axles, shocks, struts, brakes, with the largest selection of new and used tires, along with exhaust systems. Locally owned and operated since 1978 in Meridian. That's J&J Tire and Muffler.
Meridian's favorite barbecue is Squealer's Barbecue, named the barbecue capital for the state of Mississippi. Whether it's barbecue, wings, or burgers, Squealer's simply has the best for a family environment.
Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Odie. As we mentioned, we got this yesterday morning, the final report from the grand jury in Clarke County, and we got this where you can go read it if you'd like to. This goes over everything the grand jury found. They do a report. Is it once a quarter that they go do this?
Yeah, every time we have grand jury, and that usually twice a year in Clarke County.
So they'll go through and write this down. They list all faults they have. They examine other buildings, but if you want to read all of this, it's listed here on the page that you can read that. Let's see. They returned 6 witnesses, 30 true bills, and 5 no true bills is what they would return. But you can read all about it in detail if you'd like to know more about that. Also, what the Clarke County Grand Jury found with that. Let's see what else we had going on yesterday. As we've mentioned, several stolen cars. Meridian Police Department was out, and I found them looking in the bushes. And I have found this bush to contain car after car over the last 6 years. As we would go to the 3200 block of 24th Street, they ended up finding 2 stolen cars in that area. But right here in this little backup trail here, because after spring comes, those trees grow in, they can back a car in there. No one sees it for days.
It's car season once it goes into bloom.
Yeah.
More than likely, the ones that are stealing the cars are doing the ones that's doing the break-ins. So
that's correct.
It's going to be the same group, probably.
Because they'll keep going till they find somebody that accidentally left those car keys in there. And the bad thing is if on your car keys, if you've got keys to your house on that ring, that goes.
And they may throw them out the window, but you've always you gonna have to go to bed thinking they got keys to everything I own. You lose your keys. I'm gonna tell you, it happened to me on an accident a few years ago.
Wow.
And I'm gonna tell. Quick story. I walk in the back door at my business, and there was a man at the front door waiting to come in. Well, I got a certain nail I hang my keys on. Well, I was in a hurry to cut the lights on. I throwed my keys on the counter by the cash register. The man comes in, makes a purchase, goes to rake his change off the counter and put my keys in his pocket.
Ruh-roh.
He didn't mean to. And then all of a sudden I look, my keys is gone. I mean, 5 minutes later, I said, my keys is gone. Luckily, with my camera system, I could pull it back. He paid cash, so I had no credit card,
right.
No number or nothing I could call. So I pulled it up on my camera system, and with the help of some very, very, very good friends, we identified him. And the guy, I mean, you know, he'd have brought my keys back eventually. But like you
When he
said,
emptied his
I
pocket.
could have went home and thrown them on my counter. You know, within an hour, we
You had 'em
found
back.
the guy, and he brought my keys back. But I mean, it was keys to Lima. It was keys to, you know what I mean? It was, I have a, look like Snyder off of the janitor, my keys. And I couldn't believe the guy mistaken them, you know, but, and you can see it on the video. He's raking his change. And he thought, well, I guess he thought he laid his keys there.
Yeah. Well, let me ask this with technology. Angie did this, and she's got at our house. It's fingerprint to get in. Y'all hadn't gone to the fingerprint thing to get into
Let
your
me
house.
ask you this: how's that work for you in your own studio?
Well, my fingerprints are wore off. I'm serious, and so I have to have a code because I'm the only family member that can't.
I think you put your fingerprint on your iPhone, you know.
Yeah,
So
don't work there
Todd's
either.
done so much sanding, he ain't got no
I
fingers.
ain't,
You look like a bricklayer. No joke. You ever seen a bricklayer or a block mason walk? I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah,
hands are slick.
they slick.
they some hard workers there without a doubt. So as we look at if you lose those keys, and we get a lot of keys and things returned to people all the time, it just happened there. And again, here's where that second car was found yesterday, as they were searching there for 26th Street areas where that car was found yesterday. And expect this. This was they were doing traffic work near Utah, Alabama yesterday. And I pulled this up just to show you, if they were working yesterday, the odds are they'll be back today. Look at that, how much traffic was backed up.
Well, they were the other day when we went through there.
And so this is that stretch there coming up on Utah. There's the exit there. So if you're going that way today, so you saw it as well.
Yeah, it was bad.
Man.
So that's what we got going on there east
Find
of
an
us there.
alternate route, I suggest you take it, but there's not much of one. Highway 11, I guess, would be the
Only way around
only
it.
way around it.
And we get called to secondary wrecks when we have a large wreck like that.
Yeah.
You'll hear on the radio, hey, we've got reports of another wreck behind y'all. And that's the dangerous part that we don't like dealing with.
Years ago on old 45 South Equipment down there, it was bad foggy one morning and had two hit head on, and then there was like five piled up behind it.
Stop.
Oh,
Stop, you know, and it just, a lot of times you have those secondary wrecks behind a bad wreck.
That old bridge South Equipment used to scare my
It
mule.
still scares me.
Oh
That
man.
old overhead railroad
Yeah,
bridge.
that bridge scared
I don't
me.
know who the guy that designed that is, but he need to take out to the woodshed.
It's got a curve in it.
Yeah.
on the bridge? That's
You
not.
never noticed
No, I never had.
the National Guard or the
Yeah.
Yeah.
the emergency management building. That
Curve.
thing's got a curve in it.
And it never fails. There won't be a car on the road till you start on that bridge. And then you gonna meet a fella moving a 14 wide mobile home.
Yeah,
That come out of nowhere. Just woof.
I'll keep that in mind. Over on 65th Avenue, we're going to have more of this with this rain, a little bit of wind mixed in with this. This was 65th Avenue right before you get to the four-way stop there. So keep in mind, trees can fall today. We're going to be windy and more
And
rain.
it's a raining out there according to your roof detection system.
Yeah, and getting it, North Hills is hard rain, Lost Gap. So,
But now what I
time a chunk floater.
Look at this.
what I'm seeing once this line moves through,
It's gonna be
we're
pretty.
gonna be all right.
Yeah, that's heavy. Look at this, all the way from really this west side of Clarke County. And we do have a special weather statement coming in here from the National Service. Let's read that, what they're giving us this morning. Doppler radar was tracking a strong thunderstorm along a line extending from Prismatic to near Stonewall. Movement was northeast at 35 miles an hour, gust of 50. This is going to make it to Meridian, Middleton by 7:30. You should be over there about right now. And as you'll look at this, it's dead on. This stuff heavy from Pachuta northward through Enterprise, Stonewall.
Where is Prismatic?
Prismatic is right along in here, isn't
Heard
it?
of it before, but I don't know where that's at.
I'm gonna have to add that to the map. I don't guess I know that either.
Prismatic is north, ain't it?
Is it? Where's
I
our
was thinking
Prismatic?
Prismatic was right up here.
I thought it was between here and Kemper or right in the edge of Kemper. It's right in the edge of Kemper.
Off like 493.
Well, a lot of these things that the Weather Service put out, they're not recognized on the maps anymore.
These were the old names, like over by Greg's house. They don't look Clarkdale.
Oh, yeah.
Here it is.
Some of
Here,
them
Kemper, right there.
Okay, had a post office.
493.
It just got registered for a postal.
Yeah, there's 3 or 4 names down between me and Clarko that I don't.
Oh, yeah.
Well, if you want to look for Greg,
Devo.
you got to
Yeah,
find.
Devo, and then down there where Mr. Billy Fontaine, what they call that area, right in there, right below Clarkdale in North Clarke County. There had to have been a post office at one
You
time.
got to find Wolf Springs to locate
Wolf,
you.
yeah, we're Wolf Springs. Oh,
So
and there's something out there at Sucalina, between Sucalina and the Newton County line.
Like where I live at Junction City, it was it was recognized on the map.
You in a different world.
It's between Carmichael and Crandall.
Do they speak English?
Yeah,
Dave, you got to have a passport.
you do.
Well, we was talking about
Come down
making
my road, you do.
We was talking about making a trip down there, and I wanted to see how long Odie and Scotty Ray had
Just call ahead.
to take off, to make a round trip.
Call ahead, and I'll open the gate for you.
Got a bed and breakfast down there so you can make a return trip.
Well, you have to have a bed and breakfast if you travel all the way down there. He left Monday coming up here.
Well, you know about where I live. You used to go to the fire tower out there on
Yeah,
69.
okay.
I don't live far from there.
Okay.
just a holler
Beat me
away.
up too bad.
We'll be right back.
For something as vital as your eyes, you should have your lenses and contacts made with the utmost care and precision. And that's what Grayson Optical does on 24th Avenue. Since 1996, Grayson Optical's mission has been to provide Meridian and surrounding areas with quality eye care products. That's why we're locally owned and operated. And don't forget, custom-made sunglasses like Costa for your eyes only. When you need to see clearly, Grayson Optical, 2021 24th Avenue, Meridian, 601-693-6374.
If you need a front end alignment, drop by J&J Tire and Muffler on 8th Street. With the purchase of 4 brand new tires, they'll throw in a free front end alignment. That's right, a free front end alignment with the purchase of every 4 new tires. J&J also has touch-free mounting, laser wheel balancing, and as always, they provide preventive maintenance, including CV axles, shocks, struts, brakes, with the largest selection of new and used tires, along with exhaust systems. Locally owned and operated since 1978 in Meridian. That's J&J Tire and Muffler.
Meridian's favorite barbecue is Squealer's Barbecue, named the barbecue capital for the state of Mississippi. Whether it's barbecue, wings, or burgers, Squealer's simply has the best for a family environment.
Welcome back as we begin our day. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. Odie is in with us. We got our red on. 2 people did not. They missed out on that.
Halfway there.
We'll work on that for next time.
Yeah.
As we begin today, let's go ahead and do a little history. Y'all ready for this?
I like this.
You ever wondered why George Washington strung out that war? It took him 6 to 8 years there to win the Revolutionary War.
Getting paid by the hour?
Well, he'd have to go back home and see her.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
She
Made some good candy, though.
she did. This guy, do you remember watching Silver Streak?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Man.
He passed away.
Oh, yeah.
Scatman. He was born in 1910. But I remember that he done many roles, but I just remember him from
Played
Silver
in
Streak.
John Wayne's last movie.
Did he?
The Shootist. Yeah, he was the horse trader in The Shootist.
Was he in The Man That Shot Liberty Valance, or was that somebody
That
else?
was Woody Strode.
Okay.
Let me change the subject, but while we got the historian, I want to know. You said John Wayne movie.
Right.
What is the John Wayne movie where he gets killed?
It was,
The Cowboys.
Okay.
that was the only one, right?
Okay, that's the only one. That's
Bruce
the only
Dern,
one.
He was hated for a long time because he actually killed John Wayne on screen. He always played the bad guy. Anyway.
Right.
All
Okay.
through all those Gunsmoke episodes. Bruce
I just
was bad.
couldn't remember which movie it was. I knew it was one of them.
Bruce married Diane Ladd,
Right?
who was born in Meridian.
Yep.
Stella says he was also in The Shining. Is that true? I didn't.
Talking about Scatman?
I believe so.
It could have been.
I didn't. It was a scary show, so I didn't watch it.
Hey, it's gonna rain, y'all.
Yeah, it's got a
Yeah,
flood
Ron, I got a
outside.
Scotty Ray shirt.
It ain't going to. It is.
I'm so glad I went by and rolled your windows down, Odie, so your truck could air
Yeah,
out.
me too.
That was nice of you,
That was
Greg.
nice. Yeah.
Backstage of the Opry, sometimes Hank would go out to take a little break, and sometimes it took him a little bit longer to make it back to the Opry stage than others. And well, here's the reason why: because Tootsie's would let him in, him on the backside of the Opry, and he'd have a few.
Yeah.
She Hattie, she was born today. She's the lady that started Tootsie's Orchid Lounge.
Okay.
Famous place if you ever go to
Never been
Nashville.
there.
Yeah, it's skinny, and you would think that it's some humongous, and it's not. It is a
Hole in the wall.
and
Isn't that
it goes
where
like this.
Willie Nelson sold
It is.
Hello Wall.
Hello, Wall.
Fair and young.
Sold it, and then he sold Crazy, I want to say, at Tootsie's Orchid
Yep.
for Fair and Young told him, said, I will give you some money. I'm not buying your song. I will loan you some money. And they laughed and laughed years later and said, ain't you glad I didn't?
He sung it right onto the bank.
Yeah, yeah.
Put a few biscuits on the table.
Oh, yeah.
This lady, now again, the TV shows that she was in were not my favorite, but she was absolutely gorgeous. As we go back to remember Joan Collins?
Yeah.
Born
Dynasty.
19. Yes.
Yeah.
And she was in several others, but she always just had that little bit of class.
Western the other night, her and Gregory Peck.
Oh.
And it's like in the late 50s. She was a pretty lady. She was.
Raquel Welch would give it a little run for the money in the middle.
Oh, yeah.
Who would you say was the queen of all the westerns out there? That was the baby doll for those.
Now, you talking about TV shows or movies?
Well, let's give one for each here if you got both
Miss Kitty.
Miss
all day
Kitty,
long,
all
you know.
day long.
on TV.
And on TV. And but far as Western, I'd say Raquel.
She had it going there.
Yeah.
All right, who's
Eddie
the one?
Calder when she shot Jack Elam and cut him in half. Yeah, that pistol she had.
Who's the one that played on Grumpy Old Men?
And Margaret. And
Margaret.
Sophia
Well, that's
Loren.
Sophia Loren. Man, she's pretty as a
She
circle
sure
up
was.
under a
Had them
book.
those two fellas throwing fish at each other.
He was fishing for Catfish Hunter.
Yeah.
That's the.
That's right. And he had a travel log. He drove a travel log.
He sure did.
Kids.
Todd, I had forgotten about that. Long and
Because
yeah.
he'd slip, one of them would slip up there and put them fish, and the other one under his seat of his car.
1933, Meridian, Mississippi. Of course, this is what made us famous.
Jimmy Rogers.
It would be his last recording happened today in 1933.
Now, didn't he do most of his recording in
Bristol?
Tennessee?
Yes.
Or Virginia, which state line runs down the middle of the street.
Made it up there and sang into what they call that can, if you remember.
Like that
Now,
biscuit
did he
hour.
do a lot of his own writing material? I mean,
I want to say his sister, aunt, somebody like that.
okay.
Terry, help us out with that. Some of
Yeah,
his
somebody
kinfolk
knows.
watch with us.
Matt
every day,
Williams.
Terry.
Jason Armstrong, where you at? You know.
This would be this weekend, and this actually happened tomorrow. 1934, in your old lawman days. This will come back to you. America's biggest outlaws were taken out today.
Bonnie and Clyde.
They were.
You need to read the story about Frank Hamer,
Tell me.
who led the posse or whatever. He tracked those two because he was an old horseback Texas Ranger, and he came out of retirement and to be able to track those two down. And but Frank Hamer was
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. It was
legendary lawman, legendary Texas Ranger out of Texas.
he convinced somebody that was at that hideout to give him up. It was one way and one way.
One of their associates who lived in North Louisiana, they convinced his daddy to help set up the ambush over there.
And it was violent.
It was violent. It was a violent ambush, and but they had killed numerous law enforcement officers for three of them. They got the Faye Dunaway movie, and
Yeah.
what's the guy that played it with her? Warren
Beatty.
Warren Beatty. They dramatized him, and they made Frank Hamer look really bad. But now that was not the true story. But they were just murderous. They were a murderous couple. They were really bad, and they got all famous and everything because of that movie that came out. They were really bad folks.
Never forget that, and a lot of people tend to.
We had from the crowd wanted to know, ask Todd if he's ever had a yard sale. Sincerely, Mike Myers.
I'm gonna kill him.
Especially if having a yard sale you don't know about.
Let Mike Myers ask my wife about the yard sale. And the former sheriff of Newton County.
Not the Honorable Jackie Knight.
That's
Surely
the one and
not.
only Jackie Knight.
Did they set you up?
They set us up.
Can he tell that quick?
You gotta tell that.
Oh, yeah.
This is too good
We would
not to
love to
share.
hear the tale of the yard sale.
I had some guys, and we had a good working relationship with Newton County as well as the rest of the law enforcement. But I had some guys working for Newton County, working undercover for him over there. So they decided to play a joke on old Todd. So one Saturday morning, we in the bed about 6 o'clock.
And you lived on the
I
main
live
drag.
on the main drag in Stonewall on Highway 513. Everybody knew where I lived. 6 o'clock in the morning, we hear horns blowing in the driveway. Kathy said, "What in the world is that?" I said, "I don't know." And I got up and looked out. I said, "When'd you put all that stuff out there by the road?" She said, I said, "You ain't having a yard sale?" She said, "No, I'm not having a yard sale." They were car rims and tackle boxes and mess piled up out there at the road. And one lady said, "How much is this?" I said, "Ma'am, you can have it all."
With a sign that said honk when you get here.
The sign said, "Sale starts at 6. Pull up in yard and blow horn." Now, they got me good on that.
What, they wait and slipped out there in the middle of the night and put all that
In the
stuff?
middle of the night.
Was there
But
anything
it
nice?
was a set of Trans Am wheels.
If you were awake, you would have went and got pulled them out.
If you need it.
At the time, some of my own employees were involved in that, and Jackie Knight was the ringleader.
That's funny.
I don't think Myers might have been there because he keeps gigging me about it.
He knows something, doesn't
Yeah.
he?
He helped unload them wheels. It sounds like.
It was probably his junk.
Let me ask this. In your days of law enforcement, you ever walk down the side of a car and you're going up to that window to roll it down? You ever bumped into a bunch that looked like this when you got there?
Cheech and Chong. Hey, man. Let me see. It's on the bumper.
How's my
on the
drive where we're parked?
Roll the window down and it.
All that smoke
Smoke
come out. You can see that in Meridian any day now.
Yeah, that's common.
When
Man.
they stop at Walmart,
You pull up at a service station, it'll knock you down.
It will be.
Yes, exactly.
1943, we would know this guy that ran around with a teddy bear. He was a grown man, but he had
Radar.
a teddy. You got it.
Walter.
Gary Rich.
Yeah, Walter O'Reilly on.
Yes, sure was.
From Iowa.
I forgot that's where he was from.
Yeah, that's where he's claimed he was on there.
This was 1945. Priscilla would be born.
Oh, she was pretty as a
She sure
speckled
was.
pup, too.
That picture on the right is the Naked Gun from the movie.
She
Roger.
Roger.
no, that was airplane.
She
That's
had
airplane.
reconstructive surgery here a while back. And
Did she?
is not as
Didn't work out as good.
work out as good for her than she once was.
They but sometimes it's just best be natural, isn't
Be
it?
natural.
You can ask Kenny Rogers.
Yeah.
Well, you know how it
Or what was that, Tim Allen? Water running off.
That was when they were going on the trip.
Yeah,
for
we're going on a
Christmas.
cruise, skipping Christmas.
Yeah, what was the name?
Claus.
No. This was the one where their daughter had moved off and they weren't going to celebrate
She
Christmas.
was going to marry Enrique. was coming home for Christmas. They wasn't going to have no Christmas.
Meet the no.
No, it was skipping Christmas.
That wasn't the name of it.
The Crank, Christmas with the Crank.
Christmas-
But it was based after Skipping Christmas. the book.
Gotcha.
Because he was sitting there eating that salad and it was just falling out of
Yeah.
his mouth because he'd had so many Botox injections.
Spray. And what they name that Frosty guy? It was Frosty.
Oh yeah,
wasn't it?
they got in a big fight over that.
Frosty there. There's nothing like people finding out your business and will it ruin your career.
No.
And today it would happen in 1958. It was a whole lot of shaking going on, and well,
Jerry Lee Lewis.
she was 13. Whoops.
That was his cousin, Myra.
Yeah.
Myra, was that her name?
England.
He wasn't real popular.
He wasn't real popular.
They escorted him back to the plane.
Don't tell it if you're doing it.
Yeah.
You know something? I do. Have you ever listened to some of his? I guess ballads. You know, Jerry Lee's known for the piano.
Oh yeah, he can
Man,
play.
he could sing a song.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he could sing.
39 and
a song.
Holden is probably one of the ones. And what made old Milwaukee famous
What'd
is
he
made a
say?
loser
He
out of
may
me.
be walking in my footsteps, but he can't feel
Feel
my
my
shoes. I mean, I'm telling you, I'd bring a tear to a glass
Traded
eye.
a big 98 Oldsmobile on a new
Porsche car. And you know, as he sings that song, and maybe y'all heard me talking about this week, nearly as old as our country is, Slits is ceasing operations after 177 years of what made old Milwaukee famous. That beer closing its doors. 177 years.
Slits?
Yeah, Slits malt liquor.
Didn't the Russians buy a Slits?
It's possible.
brewery, I think, or something, or tried to make it go. I don't know. My daddy used to call it a headache in a can.
I bet it was.
Only way you could drink that stuff was when it was almost at the point of freezing. That was some nasty stuff, unless it was extremely.
That may be why it's going out of business after all these
That's
years.
what he wanted when he stuck that snout in that screen door, ain't it?
Maybe y'all will catch this. I worked 10 hours on a John Deere tractor. Just thinking of you all day. I got a calico cat and a
Room shack.
three room.
I know the song.
You're the reason.
God made Oklahoma.
Shelley West and David Frizzell.
Yep, Shelley West has a birthday today. She was
She's
at
pretty too now.
Jose Cuervo. Did I shoot out the lights? Did I
Yeah.
dance on the bar?
She was Dottie's daughter.
Correct.
And now her daughter Tess is trying to make a.
She any good?
go of it. She's pretty.
Is she any good though?
She's pretty.
Okay, now we know. We don't have to wonder anymore.
Laverne and Shirley, did they work at the Slits?
They made it look as though they did. They never showed the logo, I guess, so they wouldn't have to pay it, but it sure did look like it was.
I remember them in the beer factory. I didn't know which one they were.
We had the Geritol tour here in Meridian not long ago.
Letter.
Tom and Rio was here. Dana Williams, part of the band, was down there. They moved very slowly.
That just never was my.
You ever had any Geritol, Greg?
I don't reckon.
Me neither.
I ain't never had it either. What's it do? Give you energy? Like a boost drink?
I'd be
Art Linkletter show on TV.
I'd be afraid to be like putting a big block in an old white car. Parts would just go everywhere.
That's why so many people have those heart attacks for those little blue things.
That's right.
It just ain't built for
I
that.
don't need no nitrous oxide.
Cal Naughton Jr. was born on this date. Shake and bake.
Oh yeah.
John C.
He's a
Reilly.
pretty good actor.
He is.
I've seen him act in other
Besides the stupid.
besides the comedy stuff. Yeah.
But no, there's comedy and there's stupid.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, that
Jackie Gleason was funny,
he was.
but that movie,
Step Brothers.
Dumb and Dumber,
Dumb and
that's
Dumber's bad.
stupid.
But now the scene where he describes to what's his name when he's in the hospital in the coma, and he goes, "I once was in a magazine under Mike Honcho." That was funny. I don't care who you are. It was real funny. And then he done a. Yeah, he made fun of the Johnny Cash movie. Walk.
I Walk the Line.
Walk something. But he made fun of it, and it was pretty good. It had some scenes you can't show somebody else. But this would be a big show.
Oh, one of my
Barry
favorites.
Mason.
Ended.
I liked his assistant. What's this? The big old guy?
Paul.
Yeah, Paul.
Paul Drake.
We'll have Paul
Drake.
come in now.
I didn't watch a lot of it. Every night, there's not many women this day and time when there's a relationship problem, a lot of men get dumped by their wives, and then there's that other certain woman that goes, he's mine. Loretta Lynn was that woman that said, "You ain't woman enough to take my man." It's almost kind of like a Tammy Wynette theme there.
Yeah.
And I think old Doolittle messed up as much as anybody could mess up.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
He get led astray.
Oh yeah, he easy. And that poor woman having a young one about every 10 months.
Yeah, they had tons.
Sometimes twins.
Yep. Fort Patsy and something.
And her granddaughter and Conway Twitty's son
Yeah.
are,
Michael Twitty and Tara.
yeah,
is it
they're
Tara
duet
Lynn?
now. They
Are they decent?
stuff, and they're good.
The two daughters they came to Meridian to the Jimmy Rogers
Twins.
Festival. Yeah.
But now this baby girl, she
can do it.
She can do it. She can do it.
So, okay.
Now, is that the one that was on one of these shows, the singing shows? Her granddaughter was on there. I don't know if it was The Voice or one of these other ones. And she
was.
sounded real good.
She
I
was
think
on one of those. I think it was The Voice.
Yeah, she got up there and she didn't say anything, and she had made it to the next step or something,
Right.
and then they asked her. and she
Realized
goes,
who
"Yes,
she
my
was."
grandmother." Yeah.
Walk Hard was the name of that movie. Drew, appreciate that. Y'all didn't watch it, I take it.
Uh-oh, Clarke County's lost some power.
Oh.
Get your candles out, Miss
Probably at
Rhonda.
my house.
I hope Miss Rhonda wasn't cooking nothing.
Oof, we can't have that.
Yeah.
American Idol is the one she was on. Okay.
So, what do y'all consider the greatest song that Dolly ever done? Two comes to mind, and it's
Jolene.
well, there you go. The sheriff pulls it out for the win there, and it was recorded today in '73. And everybody and their third cousin has tried to redo it, but never captured what she did.
That's right. And the other one was the one that
I'll always love you.
I'll Always Love You was.
Oh, yeah.
Porter Wagner, so she wrote that song.
Yeah.
It just burns it when you think of it that way, doesn't it? It's bright. What else went on today? Let's see here. Oh, my name's not Lisa.
Jesse Coulter.
Oh yeah,
Waylon outdone himself.
yeah. She's
There's a
pretty.
young lady singing today who's doing traditional country.
Ella
Langley.
Looks
Looks just like her.
You would swear that's who it is.
That's right.
Jesse Coulter was
And the
a
girl,
beautiful woman.
that young lady is good.
She is.
Good.
But y'all, I'll try to
And
find
she's an Alabama girl.
Is she?
Yeah.
Ella is absolutely drop dead gorgeous and looks just like her. And do you remember the episode of the Dukes when Daisy was going to get the song recorded by Jesse? And it was the episode where Boss was dealing with the music pirates in Atlanta.
Yeah, and they had the motor home with all the tape decks and all in it. Yeah.
And I think the barn caught on fire that had the production in it, if I remember right.
Said, how's your power out? You don't even have lines going to your place so
Well,
far
it
out.
runs about 3 miles through the woods.
That
through the old-
extension cord come unplugged.
through the old Junction City oil field. Yeah. I mean, and every time it comes up a puff of wind, I lose power.
Oh boy, but we're going to get you a generator.
I'm going to get one. That's
It's a-
next purchase
it's-
I do is going to be a generator.
Environment Masters will have you hooked up. Even
Do
down
they
there-
do a payment plan?
Even yes, sir. I imagine if you can get 3 references, you can,
They'll take care of you. That y'all remember watching the Ropers?
yes.
It ended today in
No,
1980.
no, I don't remember that.
He took over.
It's
the,
a spinoff of Three's company,
Yeah,
but I never knew they had their own.
I didn't
show.
either.
that moo just really.
Apparently, it didn't make it.
They didn't come around here.
Y'all, I know y'all remember this movie, Bustin' Loose.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Richard Pryor. That was really during his heyday of funny stuff. The movie about moving. If y'all remember that.
Richard Pryor was so
The toy.
funny,
Yes.
and he didn't have to be ugly. He had natural.
He did.
To me, like Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy's one of the funniest people, and you don't have to be vulgar. You can be fun, and I liked Eddie Murphy's music. I mean, he didn't have one album, but it was decent.
I heard Steve Harvey talk about, and this is so true. He said that when he went to what's the game show?
Family Feud.
Family Feud. He said that these writers were writing all this stuff, and he goes, "Stop it! He goes, if I can't do my job, he said, your stuff ain't funny. He goes, I cannot do what them writers were handing me. And he goes, I ain't your man if you won't let me do it.
Yeah.
And he is good, that interaction. Y'all know it.
Yeah, that's a good man too.
Yeah.
He is. It would be, what was it? Just to satisfy you. Do you remember this duet? It wasn't as popular as Mamas Don't Let Your Babies, but still a big hit for him.
Yeah.
But Mamas Don't Let Your Babies Grow Up to Be Cowboys was Ed Bruce.
Sure was.
Yeah, right. And he couldn't, it didn't bite like a lead balloon
That's right.
until they redid it. And then it
But
was,
Ed had a great voice.
My first taste of Texas had blue eyes and golden hair. He had a string of hits. Good guy, but boy, that took him to the bank was that song.
And he was a decent actor.
Yeah, westerns.
Western, he was on there with James Garner, the Maverick.
Yeah,
James Garner was hilarious.
golly, he was good at that.
was.
Support your local sheriff,
Him and Jack Elam, man, that was
Jack Elam.
Jack Elam with
That one eye.
Yeah.
This had to be one of the most beautiful women during the 1980s that was ever set to a TV show. Mrs. What did he call her? Mrs.
Powers.
Oh,
Powers was the name.
Mrs. H. That's what he called her.
Had Max and
Freeway.
Freeway, the little dog.
Yeah.
Run around in a Rolls Royce.
Played in with John Wayne and Maureen O'Hara in
I didn't know this.
comedy film they did back in the 60s.
I don't know. She
North
was
to
sharp.
Alaska?
No,
No?
one after that.
She was sharp as a tack.
I'll have to look that up because
I'll think of it tomorrow.
Richard
It'll-
Pryor was a co-writer in Blazing Saddles.
I didn't know about that.
I didn't either. That was funny.
Mel Brooks and now that you bring that up, Mel Brooks just donated all of his scripts and pictures that nobody's ever seen before, his private collection. It was like 10,000 pictures that had never been seen before that he's donated to a museum for people to enjoy there.
Oh, if they would have released Blazing Saddles today,
He'd be in deep trouble.
Could you imagine the lawyers? Everybody'd had their feelings hurt.
You could make it rich by opening a building and call it the safe space. Put padded walls in there.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
rent
yeah.
out each room.
Have
People
Capri
stay
Suns
in.
without the
Yeah.
sharp straw.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, even the scene, the Blues Brothers. You remember the two that were in the little car that were chasing one off the bridge and they held hands when they went in there?
Yeah.
That would be like a no-no.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've always loved you.
What do you want? Dry toast and 3 whole chickens or something?
We go back to remember this was the day that Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom premiered.
I never have watched it.
Oh, I
Golly, man,
I
you know.
enjoyed it too.
I've
It was
never
pretty
watched
good.
it.
McClintock, that's it. Come in there.
Oh, what's her face? That was a good comedy.
Yeah.
They ended up in the fight at the end of it, all in the mud. Yeah.
That was at the beginning.
What's
He
the
whooped her with a thing at the end.
who spanked her?
He spanked her.
You sure did. This is one of those Richard Pryor movies that I forgot all about. Y'all remember this? Brewster's Million?
Yeah, I remember that. He had so long or
Had
whatever.
to spend so many
had
million to win so many million.
I could
bought
do
that
it.
stamp.
Yeah.
And he mailed it off. You still got so much money, and then the attorney's got that letter that had that stamp in it.
That's pretty clever there.
Yeah.
These were good. I think all of these.
Kingston, where's the whiskey?
Yeah.
What's the end?
In living color. Now that was
We go home now.
John Wayne really was great.
Oh,
Miss
what's
it.
the movie with the 3 sons? One of them ride a motorcycle.
That was Big Jake.
Okay, I like
Big
that
Jake.
one too.
And
I ain't good with titles,
Richard
but I
Boone,
know
he
I
played the
saw
bad
them.
guy. He played Paladin, but he was the bad guy in Big Jake.
They had kidnapped his grandson.
Grandson.
Yeah.
and I like Paladin.
Yeah,
One of them had a motorcycle,
Yeah.
an automatic
Have
pistol,
gone with
and that
travel.
just blowed John Wayne's mind.
1990.
Yeah, he didn't like that at all.
I'd forgotten on that one.
Yeah.
It was a weird, a different kind of
How
movie.
Gun Will Travel comes on INSP every afternoon now, but you don't get to hear the song. Paladin,
cut that off?
Paladin, Far, far from home.
He knows it.
You know, he lived in the big hotel
Carlton
there
Hotel. In San Francisco.
in San Francisco, and then ride back out west.
Very sophisticated.
Yes, he was.
This has to be the worst movie that Sylvester Stallone ever done. It flopped, I think. The Bon Cobra, y'all remember that? It was.
Yeah, I remember it. I think the one he done with Dolly was pitiful.
Oh, yeah, that made
I
Rhinestone.
liked Over the Top.
Over the Top was
That
good.
was good.
Arm
yeah.
wrestling
Yep.
movie. I
Winning
liked
his
that.
son back.
I like the first Rambo. But after that, come on, dude, enough's enough. Very few shows that I like the second one or the
Yeah.
third one.
Yeah. Shooting in the 80s now.
Very few movies do I like the second or the third or the fourth. You know what I'm saying? They run stuff to.
And I don't know why they never made a second edition of Long Wolf McQuaig with.
It was a good one.
Golly, that old Dodge come crawling out of that hole.
Yeah, but I critique stuff like four-wheel drive stuff.
Yeah, what'd you
And he
notice?
knew a Dodge wasn't going to crank.
But these guys are behind him. They're going through this Texas rough country out there toward the Mexican border, and they in this four-wheel drive Chevrolet Suburban, and they get stuck on a little old bitty rock.
And that wouldn't have happened.
No, and he turns around. Let me show what we can do in this Dodge.
And hooks to it.
Hooks to it. Now, I mean, I critique kind of stuff, and I critique cop shows. You know, I
This ain't real.
wearing the gun
happen.
belts all cocked ways, sideways, and all that. You know,
Don't work, does it?
work. I just,
But now, if you sponsoring the show and that made that Dodge look good.
It did. I remember
About
that.
time when Dodge started making a comeback too. That could have been it.
Yeah.
But that was back in the day when all the Dodges whined, you know, when you tried to crank them. And then that one, if you remember that and the General Lee didn't whine. And you knew that was not a
Done
Dodge.
dropped in a 3-foot Chevrolet.
They had changed it.
But when Dodge came back, it came back with a vengeance.
Yeah, well, yeah, they're it now.
Yeah,
And that was
that's-
back in the day before they.
But that was
When
what
they got with Cummins-
that came over there, and I kept Lee Ayatollah. What? Lee Ayatollah. I don't know why.
I told her.
Come up with a name, and I'm like, come on. In
You're just looking at the turban over here.
That's right. He changed everything around.
He saved Dodge.
He did. But you know, if you follow that on further back, didn't he have something to do with the Mustang? He was
Yep.
working for Ford. And I bet they felt like a fool when they let him go.
And he was instrumental in Ford's racing project that when they beat Ferrari.
Yeah.
The Ford GT40.
But he came along with that little K car, and then he whooped out that minivan that done it, and then he's responsible for
something.
for
I can't remember which one it was.
You know, he-
Voyager and Dodge Caravan.
And the Dodge Caravan.
And I'm gonna tell you that changed things, buddy.
Yes.
Nobody, I'd never even thought of or heard or seen a minivan.
Yeah.
And the next thing you know, they're running 200,000-300,000 miles, and every mom in the world's got one. And we used to, I ain't driving. We rented one year to go on vacation just because it was, it was simple.
Convenience.
Dude, that was fun. I mean, I honestly, I enjoyed that.
the last hoorah he done was when they would buy Jeep. You know, Jeep was failing,
Right.
Yeah.
and then Lee, how you want to say it,
I told
I told them.
buys them out and comes out with a Jeep Grand Cherokee, which is now every SUV that you see.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all remember this?
The Love Boat.
we could do that in Houston.
That's Gavin McLeod.
Yes.
That-
He was on the Mary Tyler Moore show and was very awful at that. But this was his thing there that worked out for him.
Everybody had to go see Isaac. You know, he was the bartender.
Oh, yeah, and Gopher.
And Gopher.
Dot and Julie and
Captain.
Captain.
Yeah, that was the main cast there.
But everybody who was anybody, like you said, they had to be on that. Every star from
yeah.
every show was on there. The Hearts were on there.
Cruise
Heart
line.
to Heart.
Yeah, they've scrapped that ship. I don't know if you've ever followed that. It finally was cut up into little pieces. The Princess. Yep.
That ship.
Well, the USS America cruise ship is in Mobile, and they're scrapping it now.
Yep.
It's going to be the
It's
largest.
going to be a reef. They're going to take
Man-made
it out
reef.
and sink it right at 80 feet of
Destin.
water. No, it's going to go on down
They set out from
Golly.
Destin.
It's going to be about, I forgot, I knew this right off the top of my head, but it's going to be about 10, 12 miles out. And they're going to sink it. And that's going to be a good place. We're ready to go dive it and see it. But yeah.
Last time we'd see this man was 1992.
Y'all remember Barnett? He'd always read that envelope.
Yeah, he was good at it.
Now, I'll tell you, I could stay up when he was on the Tonight
yes.
Show, but I could care less. I tried to watch. I watched Little Leno, and I don't hate Leno. I mean, it was
he was
decent.
Yeah, I think
But after Leno,
it's just
Cut the TV off,
all
go to
these
bed.
late night shows now are just too political.
Yep.
I mean, it's just,
They have an agenda.
they have an agenda.
There was nothing better than Johnny Carson sitting there when they'd have that old fella come out with all them
And no,
animals.
Jimmy Kimmel needs to be taken out to the woodshed.
Yes,
Yes,
he
sir.
does.
And that's what I was talking about this morning there of Trump going, Stephen Colbert, he gone, he out of there.
Yeah.
Some girls do. This would be the day back in 92 they took it to number one. Sawyer Brown. Hadn't bumped into them in you're not a fan?
not a big fan.
Oh, Mark, I'll Take the Dirt Road. And probably one of the most touching songs they ever done was The Walk. And there's probably not a man alive that can't relate to that song, to where his daddy walks him to the school bus. And, he said, I've done this, son, before. Take this walk. And his life goes on. He's taking his dad to the nursing home. Oh, boy. Tough one there.
Yeah.
We'll go back to, y'all remember this one?
No.
Designing Women. That was huge.
Anthony and
Sugar Bakers.
yeah,
Yes.
the guy that played
Major Dad.
Major Dad.
That's his wife.
Married to
Gerald McCrane.
Gerald McCraney.
Okay.
Born and raised in Collins, Mississippi, is married to Delta Burke.
Sure is.
Yeah.
And then Hal Holbrook was married to the other lady.
Dixie Carter.
Yeah. Hal Holbrook had his voice.
Yeah.
Incredible. He just had that Jimmy Stewart type.
That's right.
What's
lingo.
the motorcycle show I just got through watching? This
Wild
series?
Hogs?
No, the series.
Sons of Anarchy?
Yes.
Oh.
Was that woman's daddy in the nursing home? Was that guy you just named?
Hal Holbrook?
I think so. I think
I hadn't watched that
From
yet.
the South somewhere. I think he was from Virginia, maybe.
That old voice sure sounded like it. But
Rhonda, I remember that Malia did bring them down for, I believe it was a Christmas present for all the employees at the Temple Theater to watch Sawyer Brown.
Johnny Carson was funny when I like Carson when he got on that hovercraft.
I missed that one.
Dang, it's the ceiling tiles started coming down out of the studio.
I was kind of glad when this was not my kind of show. It didn't do it for me.
Nah.
I know a lot of little girls loved it, but it wasn't aimed at me either. Let's see here. It'd be Carrying Your Love with Me. Can y'all believe this was
George
1997?
The King. Danielle and Jason just got back from Austin to see him out there this last weekend.
Wasn't but about 200,000 people
That's
there,
all.
was it?
Of all of the guest stars that would be on Fred G. Sanford show, this was my favorite.
Bubba?
No, this
Grady.
Yeah, old Grady.
I like Bubba Bexley.
Oh, Bubba was pretty good too.
And what Woodrow? Woodrow.
Fred got out of
That model.
He was going to promote boxing, and he said, Fred, I can see it now. I can see. He said, you know something, Fred? I can't see none of my eyes closed.
I don't know if y'all remember this one or not, but it would end in 01. Do y'all remember Third
I
Rock
did
from
watch
Sun?
some of that.
No.
I missed it.
I'd rather
started
watch
out
a test
okay.
of the emergency broadcast system.
I saw a few episodes of it. I didn't watch it every week like Odie said.
No.
Randy
Like that,
Track.
Mork and Mindy. I would rather.
That was not my.
No. I'd rather watch. No.
That's it.
No.
Now, remind me of this. Am I right in saying that's how he would go to the restroom, was through his finger?
I don't know.
Wasn't that it?
How he shook hands.
That's how he shook hands.
Well, no, why we ain't shaking up. He just said you please, though.
I promise you. I promise you, I thought that he squirted something out his
It
finger.
was stupid.
We didn't get that channel.
That's the only thing I remember.
I don't- I can't watch. I could not watch that. I ain't watching it. That ain't funny. It's stupid. I feel like that fella licking that pole, Dumb and Dumber. That's just.
I agree with you on that.
I mean, there's fun. Jackie Gleason, he's funny. That's just stupid.
Early in his career, you'll know this guy from 1982, Digging Up Bones. But we would
Randy
have
Travis.
a second breath, Randy Travis. What would you say that ending song that
Three
kinda,
wooden.
that was it?
Yeah.
Back in 03.
Now I like Digging Up Bones, and on the other hand,
Yeah.
oh yeah,
There's a golden band.
Digging Up Bones. Did not Paul Davis co-write that?
I believe so.
so.
He wrote a bunch of that early Randy Travis stuff.
he is really in bad shape. We went to see him at the Riley Center a couple of months ago, and he's in really bad shape.
Churlo said he drank water through his face.
Okay.
It was back.
Wrong way, Scott.
I knew it was something with the finger.
He don't understand banking either. Deposit, withdrawal.
Am I not correct that the Fonz?
No, probably not.
I think isn't that how that show came to be? He landed and the Fonz found him, and then it was a spinoff from Happy Days. Am I?
Well, could have been. I don't know.
Laverne and Shirley was a spinoff. It was several of them shows.
I just know Howard had a DeSoto.
Yeah, that's right. Mrs. C.
Leather Tuscadero.
Yeah.
Oh, she was tough, wasn't she? Am I right in this? And go back to The Jerk. Do you remember the girl that rode the motorcycle that slapped him around and put him on the back? Didn't that remind you of Leather Tuscadero?
These cans are defective. Again, that was stupid. These cans are defective. All I need is this lamp. I'm right this close. I know you can't read that. He had my rhythm.
How long did he stand up front hitchhiking?
Like 3 days. He moved up about 20 feet.
That was really.
Oh
Now,
man.
I know, Greg. Before I even say this, you ain't gonna like it. But this would be one of the better songs I think that they did that you probably didn't listen to. I Miss Mayberry. It would be Rascal Flatts #1 they had back in 04. Didn't care for. They did have, what was the song about where she married? He bumps in. He gets off going through the airport and bumps into his old girlfriend there, and she asks him how he's doing, and she married a rodeo cowboy.
Very few groups that I like other than Alabama. And that was a group. What was that one? Dance Little Gene.
Nitty Gritty Dirt Band.
I kind of
Dance Little Gene.
Mr.
Mr. Bojangles.
Yeah, I like them, but most of these other groups, other than the Oak Ridge Boys and stuff.
Fishing in the Dark.
Dennis Walker. What was that group?
That would be the Kentucky Headhunter.
I like them pretty good.
But that was really the beginning of the end.
Yeah.
When they showed up with all that funny hair and no shirts, then we started having the rest of those freaks show up in country music. But let's all go down to
Dumas Walker.
And then we had that horrible group called the Tractors show up right at. You remember that? Baby wants to boogie woogie woogie like a choo choo train.
I remember the song.
Yeah, I remember the song.
Yeah, it was
Remember
just pretty
that
bad.
group? What was their group called? Atlanta. They didn't have like one or two songs.
It was one song. They got in a fight.
Yeah, they came to Meridian one time.
Yep.
Oh wow.
Atlanta did.
Atlanta burned again last night, and all the fire in the ocean couldn't put out the flames this time. Whew. A torrid affair it was, but it was. They were going up against Alabama. They released the song. The band broke up before the song was released and had a #1, and it was over.
Wow.
Just like that. Do y'all remember? Great, and I can't do it.
Oh, Tony
Tiger.
The guy that did the voice of Tony would pass. I can't. Can y'all do that voice?
No,
You could do it.
I can't do that. They're great. Shut up, buddy.
Keep working that shit.
That's right. I wouldn't have done that on TV.
Oh, and we'll go back. I think this is the final thing we've got of history this morning. Back in 23.
No, we got to keep going.
We're doing so well. Wait till you see how we ended.
Y'all remember her? I mean, the only thing I really know was rolling. She was not my pick of.
She is shaking all over when she is singing. She was shaking.
All I think about is John Boy and Billy and Ask Ike.
Oh yeah, I do remember that. Ask Ike.
She is from Nutbush, Tennessee.
That would be about right. We'll be right back. More to follow.
Spring is here, grass is growing, and your mower, it's still not ready. Don't fight it another season. Head to Parrish Tractor for our Kubota Zero Turn Spring Deals. Right now, you can get into a new Kubota Zero Turn Z232 KW 42 mower for just $5,299 or as low as $125 a month. More than a tractor store.
Patrick Allen Companies has a wide selection of garage doors that will fit your style, add value to your home, and add curb appeal to your neighborhood. Patrick Allen also has top-of-the-line, energy-efficient replacement windows that will make your home look great while saving you money. We're family-owned and operated, and we take pride in our work. 5305 Highway 145 South in Meridian.
For all your garage doors and replacement windows,
call Patrick Allen Companies. Safety, service, satisfaction.
As the seasons change, so do your clothes, and Garrett Sports Center on 8th Street has exactly what you need. Haybo shirts, long and short sleeve, also Hulk shirts, and America's favorite brand, Carhartt. Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. Odie is here.
Yeah.
As we continue this, don't forget about this. The Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department started a program back up. We want to remind you of this as it comes about there. The Explorer program. They're going to have their big day coming up before long here as we take a look here. It's going to be coming in June. Make sure to sign up and get all signed up for this. You can find out June 8th is when it will happen at the Sheriff's Office. $50 a year is the charge there. And it teaches youngsters all about being in law enforcement. I don't know where that come from.
A lot of enforcement, they got their start going to programs like this. And I mean,
yes,
we hear so much bad. Now we need to do some good,
Yeah.
And that
also, remember this weekend, it will be our opening weekend. First time we've ever been able to open, be our 30th anniversary.
Yep.
As we celebrate the 250th birthday of this nation. We'll be open at 10 o'clock in the morning. And the rumor is we may have some Scotty Ray merchandise show up down there on the corner. I think the food truck will be there till 2 tomorrow. We got some new T-shirts. It's got Greg's Loud Lighted Luminaries on there.
That's it.
We'll get you some Scotty Ray apparel to head that way.
That's right. Probably going to have some mugs and some shirt. Got 2 different shirts, 2 different designs branching out now.
So come
by and visit with me tomorrow. I'll be there probably 10 to 6, 7, whatever. It don't matter.
Across from Clarkdale Superette.
No,
Clarkdale Water.
Same thing.
No.
It's just one sales
Not
code.
if you had to walk. We're 4 3/10 miles south of I-20, technically, if you take the 22nd Avenue exit.
There you are. Hey, I want to remind everybody of this also. This is coming up. It's going to be Country Day out at the Causeyville Country Store. This is kind of like a farmer's market. And from what I'm understanding, this will be true farm fresh food available at this one. So if
that'd be good.
A little bit different from what you've been used to. It will be eggs and things of that nature. So come on out and take advantage of that. That's going to be happening there.
8 to 1.
Probably have fresh butter.
Yeah.
That's a new thing. Yeah. I did not know that. My daughter's gotten into making butter.
Oh, it's simple.
She was so tickled that a lady that works for my wife made her a butter mold shaped like a chicken.
Really?
For her birthday. And she got a butter to make. I said, as long as Uncle Country Croc's making it, I don't have to.
That's correct. I'm with you.
It's just getting all the junk out of it to where you're
forgetting
the real stuff.
How to make
the originality of making butter.
Churning. I hear that wasn't fun. Neither was that thing of running the clothes on that washboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's amazing how long you could wear a shirt when you had to wash it on the washing. No, it ain't too bad.
One more day.
Turn them drawers inside out. We'll wear them again.
over the weekend, we had a boo-boo on I-20 near mile marker 96 there. As we see them loaded logs went sideways there.
Oh, you can't park there.
Boo-boos happen from time to time, and that was a pretty good one there. Let's see what else we had here. This was one I went to on Saturday morning, and I didn't get a chance to show it this weekend, but it took it completely out and put the Mustang across the street there.
Ooh, that's a nice car, too.
Was.
Bottom half, they could stand that back up.
Todd, fix that. A little sand and sand them scratches out.
This would be over in Livingston. We had a boo-boo right across the state line. I didn't get a chance to show this one this week either, but GMC got rearranged all the way around.
Oh, yeah.
That did.
That had to hurt.
Taken to for medical emergency there. And I remember this one. This was right over by Massey Supermart Auto Sales is where this would happen right there. You can see Johnson Dodge in the back there. That's about where that
Go over and
accident.
trade it, can't he?
Yep.
That's right.
Trade it.
I bet they'll come help you push it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd carry it over, and I imagine Mr. Ty Booker, and I might
Yeah.
even fix it for us.
Sure could. This was a boo-boo. I went on. I was halfway there when I realized this was probably going to be a boo-boo. But you know, when a tire, if you're driving along and you see an 18-wheeler beside you and that tire's there, well, that's what happened in this incident here. It would. If you'll see that little scuff mark there, in person, it looked so much bigger.
Yeah.
Scuff my vehicle.
It did.
Yeah.
Junior, get to
Have
the
you
door.
ever been driving down the interstate next to an 18-wheeler and one of these
pop.
tires blow out?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
It will scare you to death.
Yes.
So y'all,
Beaumont, Texas. I had not driven in a lot of trials as a young fella. I was in a rollback hauling a car back. And on that big old bridge,
Yeah.
I mean, bumper to bumper.
Across the Sabine River.
And that tire blew on that
Big
truck in
bang.
front of me and just come smooth right over. I ain't never, I don't know where you can go. You can't even hit the brakes because if you do, you're going to cause a 20 car. I'll never forget that.
did it hit you or did it miss you?
No, went right as smooth. God had his hand smooth on me. That's been 40 years
I
ago.
know, Greg, you've been around them old trucks and all for years. You remember those old split rim
Oh, yeah.
tires?
You remember the ceiling at the Red Hot Tire Shop?
Yes, sir.
They made a cage to put them in, but
Yeah.
sometimes they'd get in a hurry and wouldn't put them in the cage.
But it was you had a steel rim
Right.
and you put your tire down on there and you had a lock ring around the outside of the wheel and they were notorious about popping off and kill you.
Oof.
You talk about that cage, it was Mr. Harold Akins running the Akins Tire Company and equipment, and OSHA come by there and told them they needed one of those tire cages. And Buzz Cooper worked there, and then Harold said, "Fuzz, don't you use that cage there?" He said, "Okay, Mr. Harold." He went out there and Buzz was up in the cage. Carrying the tire on the outside. You're supposed to roll the tire.
Well, I'm gonna tell you that them things would
They
hurt,
would hurt
you.
They would hurt
I
you.
can remember the Red Hot. They had that ring up there where that joker had went through the ceiling. Woof.
And you think about the valve stems on
Yeah.
tearing your tire up, so you in the danger zone.
It'd take your head off.
It'd take your head off.
Oh yeah. I mean, they had these up until the
race cars still uses the bead lock.
early 90s. Yeah, because I went to work at Forestry Commission in 90, and we were still using split rims.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, a lot of your off-roaders, Jeepers like we do the bead lock.
Yep.
Because you got to air down when you're going in certain terrain, and we air the tires down to 10 or 15 pounds. And
Of course, you got 35 bolts sitting there holding
that's
it down.
right, holding the
but
tire, the rim holds the
So I've
tire.
never been around any of that. I don't know
You
much
just
about
pull
it.
the
You need to
tire
put
off
bead
so you
locks
know
on that
what's on.
square body if you ever get it through.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, here comes the square body jokes.
It does look good.
Well, the tires he's already bought dry rotted.
Yeah, Did you move it over?
Looks like the,
Yeah, I did. I had to.
It did move.
did it crank it up?
Inquiring minds
No. I had to
wanted
put
know.
jacks under it and slide it over.
It was the first time he drove it.
Well, the oil's been in it so long, he's got to change it.
I want to know, Scotty Ray, how long has it been like it is right now?
Ooh, it got tore apart and
19.
was it?
87?
It's been
20
2 years because the war.
You know, it's three. It's just this is we're going into our third year of.
Look, I'm working on a tank down there, and I'm going to be driving the tank way before you ever get this thing fixed.
But in his defense, 3 months.
Yeah.
I think the last 3 months since he moved it, it just made a lot of progress.
So you going
We're going for
to carry the frame to the guy that's doing the body, right?
Yep.
He's going to put the body on the frame.
That's what he says. Randy says he's going to do that for us. We and the big joke, and I've joked about this all week. I gave, and it's Greg saw it in my floorboard yesterday. It's a box
It ain't very big.
about yay big.
Yeah.
Something. Let me get this right here. About yay big, and I paid more for that box than I did the truck.
I don't
And
doubt
it screws. Y'all, Dylan could have went to college on this.
Yeah. Me and you probably both have learned something that we could have probably went and bought one.
Yes, sir.
a lot
That's the
cheaper
thing to
than we
do.
Could to redo one.
Yeah.
And the sad part is, I've got, if you'll notice, my second truck down there, which my daddy bought that when I was born, and I got to fix it. I mean, I got to, and it's just sitting there.
If you took the frame and the motor and the transmission and all that new stuff you got sitting there, and then you took that 66 step side that's sitting next to it, put that body on that, you'd have done been finished.
But I was told you couldn't do that.
Randy said you could.
Yeah. I don't see why not.
He said, matter
Oh,
of
with a
fact,
torch, you can do anything.
I got a bunch of wrenches.
you
down
don't,
behind it.
Yeah.
me and Odie will have you riding by lunch.
Yeah.
So I may need to go buy me another.
Might not be exactly perpendicular when we get through, but we'll have you riding.
But yeah,
Don't stop.
You got to do that. All right, we'll be right back. Are you looking to rent a dumpster but not sure where to start? Or call our friends at Morgan LLC. Morgan can assign you one as fast as a day's notice to your job site, your office, or your house, shop, whatever it is. They're clean, simple, and affordable. They'll deliver your dumpster, you fill it up, they'll handle the haul away and disposal. It's truly that easy. Call Morgan at 601-531-3591, Monday through Thursday, 7 until 3, and Friday from 7 until noon. That's Morgan's for your next roll-off box. Grass cutting season is here, and if you need a new lawnmower, drop in and visit our friends at Freeman Tractor on Highway 494. If you've got a big yard with acres and acres to mow, they have the size yard you have. Freeman Tractor has the lawnmower that fits you and your budget. From 48-inch all the way up to 60, or the X-Mark lawnmower. Plenty of these to choose from. Also, they carry a complete line of LS tractors. Come by for a test drive today. Financing available. Visit our friends at Freeman Tractor, Highway 494. Have you been wanting your own building, your own shed? Speak to our friends at Best Sadia Building, 601-728-1954. Now, they can custom build you a home from a barn dominium. Maybe it's a shed that you're needing, or some. Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Odie and the entire Fun Friday. Julia is still off enjoying herself somewhere. We're not even sure what city she might be in. We just know that she commenced to leaving us and could be gone up to 2 weeks.
Yeah. My goodness.
Yeah, so
Having a good time.
she is. We'll find out more about that, of who, what, and how. Don't forget, this is Memorial Day weekend. A lot of reasons to celebrate and remember at the same time. Now, our service is going to be Monday, Odie.
Correct. It's going to be Monday. It was going to be, they already have moved it, correct?
It is, yes.
So it was going to be at the new center down by the airport, but now it's going to be on the 3rd floor of City Hall to do this ceremony. Come out there, be part of it. This is, I know a lot of people, each branch or whatever's got its own little month. But this Memorial Day is strictly for those who paid that ultimate price and gave their life for the freedom that we have now. It's not for veterans. It's not for active military. It's for those who actually paid that ultimate price.
That didn't come
freedom
home.
that we have because of what they gave. And take part in this Monday. Be safe this weekend, but Monday is at 11 o'clock or at 10:30? 10:30.
10:30, I believe.
11 o'clock, it's going to start. And a wonderful, wonderful ceremony is planned. So make time to be there. Get there early, though. And just because it's not going to be at the center, go by and look at what has been built there by the airport. That is a beautiful, beautiful place.
That's what gets me with all these naysayers and all this negativity around the nation today. You know, they tend to forget people fought and died so they could have those liberties to be able to voice their opinions and worship like we want to, like we do here in the United States. People fought and died for that. And we've got a lot of people out there who fail to realize that, and it kind of
we see
to
what,
the core.
What Reagan said. We're, a generation away from losing what we...
Yeah, going back where you started.
That's right.
And we're right there on the edge of teetering on that line of losing what we've become to find out is normal. Go to another country. Go see how other countries live. Spend you 2 days over there is all you got to do.
Yep.
And you'll realize, wow, what we have.
But I encourage, and this is something, now think about what I'm going to say. If you don't carry your kids to participate in all that, I'm not knocking the older people. That ain't what I'm getting at. But if they don't want to go, they got plans to do this, or they watching TV. Get them up, make them, encourage them to go and participate. Because if you don't, you wonder why things are like they are today. It's not necessarily the young people's fault. It's us older people for not teaching them. And, you know, it's a fine line. You always want something better for your kids than what you have, but have we done wrong by...
A lot of them had to raise themselves.
That's right.
With TV or electronic devices and stuff like that, instead of, you've said it before, Greg, taking them fishing or hunting or something.
That's right.
And experience stuff like the outdoors, getting them away from the modern stuff and teaching them the ways of life, the way we grew up. And a lot of that is missing today.
But if they don't go and see and hear this about Memorial Day, then it's our fault that they don't know that people died. They left their families and didn't come home so they would have the right to pick what college they wanted to go to, or even if they are left. I mean, which I hate to say this like it. Even if they one of them left wing idiots that we don't agree with. Their right to have an opinion is because those people went over there and died. You know what I mean?
Exactly right.
Even if we don't like their opinion.
Just think about how far we've come. It's something simple as you did not have a child out of wedlock.
Right.
This is 30 years ago. There was a mother and a father. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with being a single parent. I'm not going that route. But look at the way that we were raised with you followed that American flag. You followed Christ. You might not have went to every single church service, but you respected our military. You respected our police, and you respected the family. And now we have allowed the family to be completely tore apart, and then we have no respect for police, military, or the freedoms, or where our freedoms actually
And
come.
if your mama didn't whoop your butt, your neighbor did. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you was
taking everything for granted.
Yes.
Taking it for granted.
Two things going on today we want to remind you about. Down at Metro Ambulance, they're going to be having their EMS week, I believe 11:30. And then also a retirement party beginning at 12:30 at Meridian Fire Department there. All the guys get together today.
We
So
got
do
a
that.
special parking place for RW, I
RW
believe.
has his own parking lot.
That's exactly
And something
right.
you don't see very often, a comment, Julia is a good woman. We don't often see those comments there.
And you can
Boy,
always buy stuff.
that popularity of her is growing, is it not?
Yeah.
Absence makes the heart grow fonder. Maybe that's what they're saying. I mean, she is awake because she texted something ugly to me this morning. So just let me know she's still awake.
Breaking news as we go to Neshoba County, we've got a structure fire fully involved on Road 339 near Highway 488. Choctaw Fire Department is on scene here as we go to look at this. Let's
Coming out to
pray for this
east.
family.
Yeah, that ain't gonna be.
No, that ain't gonna be a good
It's not.
ending.
Yeah.
Horrible thing.
Let's go to weather real quick. We are getting a tornado warning right now issued
Yep.
until at 8:37 until 9 a.m. So just a little while left
For what?
for a tornado warning. I mean,
Where?
Right here in Lauderdale County.
Okay.
right
As we go
tornado
here,
warning.
at 8:37, just a few moments ago, severe thunderstorm capable producing a tornado was located near Snail, 12 miles southeast of Cuba, moving northeast at 30 miles an hour. Now, this is
Push Mataha.
sure is. Let's get into our locations and take a look at what we've got going on with this storm here. And again, as we look at this is going until 9 a.m. It's only 20 minutes remaining on this, and we're going to stay with this, watch it as we go along, and follow this storm here. If you'll look at this, what's included in this? Let's go down here to the end here. This is going to be just south of the racetrack. Why not? As we get in here, let's look at some roads. Center Grove Road.
Center Grove Road, Shannon Road, several of them in there.
Yeah, and that's going to be Earl Reynolds Road, right across there where it meets in with Center Grove.
Shirley Road.
And it will go north.
Center Grove Church.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, 22nd Avenue or Causeville Road runs through there.
Okay.
If you live on Ponds Road, if you live on Bethany Church Loop Road, these are the roads that are being affected. This is just a very, very small corner of Lauderdale County, this being Alamucha Wynot Road. This will go northward and follow Alamucha. Here's Salem Church. Salem Church just out of the warned area, barely, as we follow this storm up here. This will cross right across Liberty Church Road. And follow that eastern side right up to Highway 496 where Kewanee Road South joins it. And then take it. Now, here's the fire department. Here's Alamucha Wynot Road. Here's the fire department. So to be just east of there and picking up at Kewanee Road South at Salem Baptist Church, all of that's going to be included in this. And then kind of here's the store here at Simmons Wright. It's going to be southeast of that store, barely crossing Johnson Road there. So that eastern side of the county there. And again, this is coming from a storm that moved out of Clarke County, as you'll see this. This moved through Snail, and this would move up through Energy right through there. And then the tornado warning kicked off in Lauderdale County. This is radar indicated. I don't want anybody to think that we're saying that this is on the ground by any means, but it is definitely a storm to watch here. We have 19 minutes remaining on this as we watch this.
Yeah, it's not a tornado. It's just everything is there that one could form at any time. We're not saying one's been on the ground or is on the ground, but everything is looking good. All the ingredients are there to put one together in the extreme southeast corner of Lauderdale County.
And everyone in the path needs to prepare.
Yes,
just
sir.
In case. Take
Yes.
cover now.
Now, as we look at this, the worst of this is going to be just east of Wynot Motor Sports Park. As we look at this, of where the heavy activity is, this is riding right along the state line. So if you're watching us and you're in Alabama there, in Alabama 10, any of these areas there around Yantley, Alabama, you need to be in your safe space too. As I've said so many times, as we follow weather and tornado warnings, you can't take for granted that this won't cross that line and radar didn't pick it up. So if you're in Yantley, Alabama, you need to be in your safe space as well. Take cover immediately. If you're anywhere here following, this is going to be the railroad crossing right into Alabama there. The railroad line, Concord Cemetery area, those areas. But as you'll see here, this is the worst, is what we got right here along 19 east of the racetrack. If you're living along, what is this? Alamucha Wyandotte Road is all
It's
east
going to be
of there.
close to Ponds Road.
Yeah, there's Ponds.
Yeah.
Ponds Road, where it runs into Alabama. That is the worst of the area that we've got right now between there and Highway 19, that little stretch there.
But also heads up, Lisman and even Butler kind of be watching this because it's moving.
East, northeast.
Yeah.
And what's interesting about this is we didn't have the very first thunderstorm warning with this. It fired right off into a tornado warning quickly. Yeah. Now, we got a lot of lightning striking here. Let's take a zoom in on this and look at our lightning strikes. This would happen at 8:39, some 4 minutes ago. We just had a strike here at 8:34, and we're looking at this here, 8:31 and 8:32. What we can tell you about this storm is not gaining in intensity at this point. That's the good news that I'm able to tell you here. And it's really, as we zoom back into this, let's look at our concerned areas. I'm going to put this south of right here, south of Liberty Church Road, in between there and Highway 19 is our biggest concern, Ponds Road area. And we can go south here at the beginning of this storm.
Ooh, yeah, that looks bad.
Antioch Cemetery, if you're there, and this line cuts right across here on Center Grove Road. That is where the eye of this thing begins and goes northward, northeasterly, riding this side of Lauderdale County. If you live west of the racetrack, you're good in between there and the Boy Scouts. You have nothing to worry about.
Center circulation.
Let's see here, Bob.
Doesn't on that one.
We had some. Yeah, I'm not seeing that. And
Not
again,
really seeing a hook or anything, which is good.
Right.
But we're not seeing any kind of
rain wrapped if it's in there.
Exactly.
I just talked to one of your roving reporters on George Minor Road, and he said it had started to
really rain.
slack off.
It's getting better.
He said it was really bad about 10 minutes ago.
Does that show a wind shear?
We got 30 mile now. 30 mile or is moving at 30 miles an hour. We don't have any wind shears mixed in with this at this point.
All right, so that's
30 miles an hour, it'll be over with in just a second.
It'll be gone.
Yeah, it'll be
when
gone.
you see the shears going opposite of each other, that's
right.
what you're looking for.
So, and again, we've got roughly 15 minutes remaining on this tornado warning as we watch this Alabama 10. And this stretches over. Again, in Alabama, you're not under a warning. I don't want to falsify this, but I just want you to be aware. Alabama 10 over where it splits at 32. You cannot be too careful. That area right there.
Pay attention.
Yeah.
Like I said, Lisbon, even Butler, be aware. At 30 miles an hour, it don't take long for it to be there.
Power's out in parts of Wyandotte.
Matter of fact, let's take a look here.
What is that? Lisbon, Butler. Looking for the other. Yantley, Push, Mataha. Yeah, now it's time to start paying attention.
It is. I wanted to check here our outage map, and we're not. We do have a little bit of. We do have some power outages, which means we have had some serious wind in that area. As we go here to take a look here, you'll look here, and this is the path of where this tornado is. We've got about 10 people here in the Clarke County side. You zoom in on that road here and take a look here of what we got. This is going to be just east of County Road 420, where it joins County Road 467. We've got about 10 people, so we've got some wind damage there,
Slim
most
Davis
likely.
and them lived in there on 467.
That's where that is?
Yeah.
As this jumped into the county, we would have a little power outage here on George Minor Road. And then this would be about where the warning would be issued up in here as we get into this 12 right in here. This would take in this as we zoom in. Mosley Lake Road, and that's Lon Goodman Road. We got an additional 12 people without power there.
Charlie said he still got electricity on George Minor.
Okay.
And it's still, like he said, it wasn't as bad as it was about 10, 15 minutes ago.
But we're showing this thing having some potential there. We've got 13 minutes remaining on this tornado warned area. And let's go back and pull up the radar.
They've taken our polygon away.
It just got canceled.
That's a good thing. They just canceled that.
But it is over into Alabama. Don't think this just disappeared because we went out from under.
Well, now they took the whole polygon away.
Yeah.
So everything's looking like we still have a storm, but all the ingredients have kind of scattered. So
And it's crossed the state line, probably.
It's gone right now.
Yeah, all warnings. There are no warnings now. It lasted for about 5 to 7 minutes. For a few moments there as we look at this.
Meridian is good. This was extreme southeast portion of the county. So Meridian did not see this warning at all.
And if you look at this weather, even glance to this, now the warnings are gone. Everything is fine at this point. But the intensity is still here in Clarke County.
Yeah.
The heaviest of heavy, and this is where we were talking about Butler, Alabama, and these areas here in the next few moments that are going to get into some heavier rain there. Look at this, where this just started. And Todd, this is your kind of country here as we move in here on Highway 18. This is going to be County Road 420, just to the west of there.
Hopewell community,
Right there.
just north of Hopewell.
Yeah. This is where County Road 415.
Greasy Creek area, Hopewell, headed toward Pine Ridge.
Yep. And we've got County Road 423 there. And again, there's no warning here for Clarke County, but boy, it is pouring rain. Lauderdale County is just about all dissipated in
Could there be a little hail in that?
Let's just take a look here and see what we've got here with severe, and then we go over here to look at our hail. Yep, there is a little bit right
I
there.
was thinking might be a little hail in that.
If you'll see that purple area right there. 18.
Why not? Should be okay, but you still got some power outage in that area, and you're not completely out of the rain. The rain's still coming through.
It's pretty much right on top of Greasy Creek out there.
Yeah. As you'll see there, why not? Those areas are better. It's moved into Alabama. And even this area right here that we're calling Yantley, Alabama, here's Cromwell, here's Yantley community. Not so bad. We're going to focus more on this area right here as this crosses out of Clarke, right in here towards 10 and Lisbon and that area. That's what the worst is going to happen there. And look at this we got down here with this, down by the landfill. There at Highway 511.
Yeah, that's going to be northwest of my house.
Yep. County Road 680, if you live in that area. Right?
Landfill Road.
Manassas, this area here on 511, County Road 511. Carmichael community there. And then out here, it hadn't started raining at Shady Grove yet, but it's in the forecast there. But right there is the heart of the worst of everything, right there. County Road 420 is what we're looking at. Be careful in those areas. Again, the warnings have expired as we look at this, and that's the latest that we've got on weather this morning. And again, we had a brief tornado warning, now expired for Lauderdale County.
Which is good.
Yeah.
Wow, that was an extreme little
A quickie there.
quickie, yeah.
Yeah, so there we are there. What a morning it has been, and let's get into some birthdays, Odie.
We've got a few of them. We got Denise Ledbetter, Angel Brown, Brian Jones with me. He's probably sitting there getting worked pretty good. Andy Duncan, Gary Driscoll, Timmy Cates, Linda Massey had her birthday yesterday. Shane and Twanny Harper's got a anniversary. Casey Brown, Ann Weddington, Rusty and Michelle Speeds got 33rd year anniversary. Hayes Baker will be 5 years old Sunday. Terry and Suzanne Tremmel, 46 years. And Tanner and Madison Scruggs, 4 years yesterday. So happy anniversary and happy birthday to everyone out there.
Just double check it here. I want to go back over weather one more time and make sure that we got a new tornado warning that has just been issued. This is going to be Wayne County as we look at this. And again, as we pull up this, Wayne County now going under a tornado warning here.
Straight to Silas, Gilberttown, Alabama, in that direction.
Let's take a look here and see what the National Weather Service is telling us on this. This tornado warning is going to go until 9:30 and 8:51. The severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Waynesboro, moving northeast at 25 miles an hour. This will be near Waynesboro by 8:55 in 3 minutes. So if you live right there at Waynesboro, we're going to stay with this for a few minutes here and watch this. Here's Waynesboro here. This is just to the west of you. And again, this I don't want to panic anybody. We've seen a lot worse on radar. It doesn't mean that something cannot come down and do a little touch. But this right in here, just west of here, let's look at this where these roads are to where this could be developing. If you live in Waynesboro, you need to seek shelter now. If you live on Little Rock Road or around, that's going to be Doobie Graham Drive. If you live in that area, you need to seek shelter around Magnolia Church area, the Chickasaw River there, 184 where it meets 84 Highway. That's that concerned area right in there. Again, they've put a 9:30 limit on this. It may not last until that long. We're seeing a little bit crossover here with some hail path involved with this as well. But several of these, they fired off tornado warnings. Millery, Alabama, we got a special weather statement for you as well. This will go until 9:15 as we show that a strong storm, they're tracking across there at Buckatana, or 12 miles northwest of Chatham, is moving to the northeast at 25 miles an hour. Wind gust of 40 miles an hour included with this. So a lot happening here in Wayne County at this point until 9:30. Kind of watching this. Still a special weather statement we've got for Clarke County. It's really out of Lauderdale County all the way around now as we look at this on radar. As you'll see right there, we look at our locations, and it's moved out of here. Just light to moderate rain in Lauderdale County. Not a lot going on around Yantley, Alabama, other than heavy rain in this area up here. We're going to call that Kennerbish, Alabama. As we get into Cromwell, Alabama, not a lot happening there either. Still some heavy showers here east of Clarke County. No warnings for Clarke County. We get into this area right here south of Shibuda, Wayne Academy. All of this area now under a tornado warning until 9:30 as we follow these storms. And again, this could be a lot worse. This is radar indicated. We have no reason to believe that it is on the ground. Greg, have you got an update for us over there on your side there?
Nothing new other than, like I say, Alabama. May not be nothing warned right now, but pay attention.
Gilberttown.
Now's time to get ready. Lisman in that area, y'all, you know, tie down your lawn furniture, look out the door and see what's going on.
We're following this and watching this very closely. This pouring rain, Highway 496 at KT Culpeper Road. We're getting word on that. Samuel said he did hear some sirens going off in that area there. And
he said sirens never went off. What area there on those sirens?
Okay, all right, I couldn't see that. But again, a lot of these areas no longer have tornado sirens. That is something that is being done away with. Most areas are going to where they just ping it with the phone, and that's how they feel they can reach more people that way. Now, as we dive back into this update here that we just got on this, all around downtown Waynesboro, if you live in Waynesboro at this point, you need to be in your safe space, 145, 184. If you live out here on Dice's Bridge, this area here, the heart of this storm, now moving east across 184. Look at this. If you're anywhere right along here, along where Sam Sanderson Drive is in the community of Waynesboro, seek shelter now. This interchange here at Highway 45, it is coming across that right now. Pouring rain, pretty rough there. The intersection, the northern end of this is where 145 meets 45 at Waynesboro. And then this will move northeasterly, crossing over, what road is this? Matherville Frost Bridge Road.
He's getting close to you.
Yeah.
Right in that area there. But downtown Wayne Academy involved in this a little bit as we look at this.
Yeah, most of Tomb Super wasn't in on that one, so that was a good thing.
Yeah. So Clarke County has given the thumbs up. Everything is safe there. And let's back out and take a look at this as we pan back out. And as you look at the big picture here, here's the entire county. The state of Mississippi, as we got showers up here around Tupelo. And as you dive into this a little bit closer, Philadelphia, we're showing a shower or two south of there. Kemper County, barely raining. As we get into Lauderdale County, very little rain now. Heavier activity around Livingston, York, Alabama. As we zoom into this Cuba, the rain has moved to the east of you and south of you at this point. As we get down to this area here, right at the county line there. Kennerbish, Alabama. And again, as we look at Clarke County, it's fading out. Highway 18, still some heavier rain there. County Road, I believe that's County Road 423.
Moving in toward Riderwood, Alabama.
Yeah. And then we still have this one warning that was fired off, and we do have this special statement from Millery, Alabama. And the reason that is listed there is if this hangs steady and moves in, we could have a second one fired off in Alabama. But as of this point, we have no warnings for Alabama. It is only Wayne County and Mississippi. And again, I see the intensity of this breaking down. The worst of what we got is where 145 and Highway 45 meet. There in Wayne County is where the worst of this is. It hasn't passed over completely over the city of Waynesboro, but as you'll see, the eye of this thing is right here at that intersection change. You're going to have several roads as we look at this where 84, Highway 45 meet, 184. Right in there, you need to be in your safe space now if you're in there. Wayne Academy, if you're still at school, and they may be out. Do y'all know if Wayne has been released from school yet? I'm unsure of that.
Don't have a clue.
So only y'all know that. I'm unsure. Walmart Supercenter, if you're there at Walmart, you need to be at your safe space in Waynesboro. And so to speak, hit the deck there. Get to the safest spot in there. Wayne County Dixie Baseball Complex in this warned area. The Presbyterian Church, y'all are into this. Wayne Street, as we look at this, got a little bit of hail there popping up there on Rankin Street. If you're there in Wayne County, we got a little bit there. And again, we've got, this would be, if it holds together until 9:30, and I don't think that this will last all the way till 9:30. You don't want to ever underestimate what's going on with the National Weather Service by any means. But it is showing signs. This right here, the heart, the worst of the weather there at that interchange. Let's do, that is the latest. Let's just do a fresh update here and follow this as it updates.
While we're doing it, Eric and Rhonda Scarborough had their 22nd anniversary, and then Molly Cheney and Margaret Godwin's got birthdays tomorrow, and Margaret's great niece Molly born on her birthday. So happy birthday to y'all.
As you'll see here, as this warned area, still, I want you to still, if you see where you live in this square, you need to remain in your place. We are showing some signs down here around 63 where this is passing over 145. Here's Wayne Academy. It looks as though some of that worst of the weather is just north of there at this point. You still need to remain in your safe space if you're anywhere near Wayne Academy at this point. This includes Joe Jordan Road, if you live on it, Sullivan Drive, Abbey Lane, East Fairview Drive, Second Fairview Drive. You need to be there. Now, the rain, the worst of the storm is just to the west of Azalea Drive. I believe that's where that is. Right there at that interchange. Look at that, Odie.
Wow.
Pretty rough weather there.
It really is.
This is going to follow along. What is this? Tatum Road, is that right?
Tatum
Road.
Be careful. Know exactly where you need to be in a safe space.
Now, they've just, our line...
Yes, sir.
Follows all across here as we look at this. Old Shady Grove Cemetery, Salem Cemetery. There at Matherville Frost Bridge Road. And where we're at, if you're just tuning in going, where are you talking about? Where is this? This is south of the Meridian area. Wayne County is what we're watching today with a tornado warning issued until 9:30 tonight. Now, again, the storm is not the intensity that it was 10 minutes ago. The center of this thing, the worst weather that we got following right here along Central Road, this area where it begins right here where 145 meets 45 down to the interchange where 45 and 84 meet. 145, that's the worst of the storm that we've got there. Still included in this is Wayne Academy. And look at that rain that is coming down there as we get this radar update there. Now, if you live west of the interchange of 184 and 84 right here, where this storm meets Magnolia Hill Road, the rain is past that, is east of there now. The tornado warned area has moved east of that, headed toward that Bama line as we follow this storm. Now, we hadn't gotten any updates from actual, if you live in that.
We had one that
Clifton
said
says
it
he's
was
behind it.
raining real good, but it had slimmed down a little bit in Waynesboro.
Here's the eye of this thing, the worst of the worst that we've got right now. Let's look at this road of where this is. This is coming up on New St. Paul Church. If you live on, what's this, Bolton Lucky Drive? Burton Grady Drive, Buford Grandy Drive Road, Buford Grandy Road. If you live there, that is where the worst of the storm is.
It's going to be on the
Grandy, yeah.
Matherville, Waynesboro Road.
Here's Highway 84 sitting here. This is going to be old 84 there at this intersection there where Toby Landrum Road is. Seek your safe space now. And again, this will expire now in 27 minutes as we look at Wayne Academy. And you've traveled this road before, Todd. You know these areas very well. Now, if you live in a mobile home, it is best for you to get to your safe space now if you can. If you live in a home and you can't go anywhere, get to a hallway away from windows. We don't want you to do that. If you can, and again, you sometimes have moments on these, make sure that you've got a helmet and prepared. All of this stuff, if you're watching us now, and I'll sound like an old preacher man hounding you, if you're sitting in a room and you can see out your window a big oak tree, go to another room. Don't stay in any room that has a tree that overhangs where you squat down, because it would be dangerous. Look at this hail that has increased with this storm over the last few moments.
Yeah, and that's, seeing that type of hail, the damage that can come with this. And, you said if you live in a mobile home, if you can find a way to go to another place. We do say that because you've got wind that can get up underneath that. It can turn those over. It can lift that up. But just because you're inside a brick home does not mean that you're free from danger.
No.
It could still get a brick home just like it can a mobile home. But you have more dangerous areas in a mobile home, but definitely in the center, away from windows, with as many walls between you and the outside as you can get, away from where a tree can fall on top of you. Helmet, shoes,
Yes.
boots, something that
Put some shoes on.
have protection while this thing blows over.
As always, if you can choose a thicker leather shoe, if you're reaching in your closet now, make sure that if you put on like a house shoe, it ain't gonna be good.
Yeah. You've got roofing nails and little roofing tacks. You've got to watch out for stuff like that when roofs start blowing off.
Gilbertown, Alabama, you will eventually be in the path of this storm as it comes near you. Silas, Alabama. Now, you're under a special weather statement as we look at this, and then another weather statement that was issued here until 9:30. This will impact possible tornado there. They're not issuing a warning there, but located near Millery or 14 miles northwest of Chatham, Alabama, moving at 30 miles an hour. All of this stuff is moving roughly at 30, everything that we've read with this. We have not picked up anything that had these swirls where we get this heavy wind. That's good news. But also keep in mind, we've had a lot of rainfall. Any amount of wind at 30 miles an hour can cause a tree to flop and come across a tree or your home.
Straight line winds are just as dangerous as a tornado, and straight line winds can do a lot of damage, pushing trees down, over power lines, knocking power out, on top of your home, blocking roads. If you're trying to drive down the road, you come around the curve, be careful. Don't be speeding because a tree could be down. This is something that we have to deal with when you've got this much rain that has fallen in days previous. The ground is saturated. Now the rain is coming down and saturating the top of these roots. The winds can come along and push these trees down very easily, but straight line winds are just as dangerous as a tornado.
And if you're noticing the lightning that we're having, this is a huge lightning storm. Now, as we see this, you'll see this is passing the city of Waynesboro now, and right out in this rural route area is where this storm is starting to focus in on. Let's look at a few roads in this area. If you live old US 84, anywhere along where Lucky Drive is, you need to be in your safe space immediately. Over here where New St. Paul Church is, as we follow this, and what is this road here? Clyde McDonald, I believe is it. McDougal. Clyde McDougal Drive. If you live on that road, seek shelter. Right there, look at this in between, right along in there, north of 84 as we follow this. This is that loop right there. Look how heavy that is. That's going to be, is that Tokyo? Frost Bridge Road?
If y'all live on it, y'all know what
Toccola?
I'm trying to say. Tokyo. I don't know.
Tokyo. Tokio Frost Bridge Road. That's Tokyo?
Frost Bridge Road.
You've been there, I take it. We had our translator from Clarke County in with us there.
I told her.
He's here. We do appreciate that. As we look at this again, a tornado warning until 9:30. We're starting to see things shape up as it's passing. We're not ready to give the 100% all clear there at Wayne Academy, but the eye of the storm, the worst of it, has moved to the northeast of the city limits of town, as you'll see there. See that light rain there? You got to get out here on 84. This area right along here that involves this Holly Bush Church Road. Right in that area there is where the worst of the weather is. It stretches eastward toward the county line. What is this road here? Oh, Tokyo. Still bad in that area there. And this will follow right along 84. And eventually it hasn't reached here to Matherville Frost Bridge Road, but if you're in that area, you need to be in your safe space now. The city of Waynesboro is, we can give the clear. It is past that. The threat now lies to the northeast of there following Highway 84 until we got, 21 minutes remaining on this tornado?
21 minutes. Still looking, y'all are going to still have some rain come through this area. It's not going to clear up, sun come out, but the wind should die down a little bit. But we're still seeing this travel on into Alabama. What is we still got a hail system in there?
Let's take a look here as we put the hail path back on. And we still got it there.
Throughout Waynesboro, you still got that hail that could come in and drop some hail. We haven't got any sizes. We haven't got anybody that's come in and reported any hail to us.
Let's look at this wind here, what we got. And if you look at this dark green represent, and right there where we're talking about where the eye of the storm is the worst of the heavy wind, which could cause some straight line damage with power outages in that area. Now, am I right? This is a Mississippi Power area for coverage. Is that Mississippi Power area, or is that another service?
I'm not sure where Mississippi Power EMPA stopped there in Wayne County.
EMPA goes to Matherville, but I think the rest of that is Southern Pine after that.
Right there we
Southern
got
Pine
Southern Pine
Electric.
Electric. But EMEPA does take in Matherville.
Let's see, Bay Springs, Hattiesburg, that area there to the west there. So a little bit, I'm not exactly sure which power company covers that. That's going to be one that I need to start adding to have to this to follow that, to have on a push button where we can show you immediately when
Dixie
something.
East Mississippi Electric Power Association is what we're getting.
Dixie East.
Dixie East.
I need to locate that so I can add it. Thank you, Dee Dee. We do appreciate that. I'll just do a quick Google and see if I can find that.
Dixie Electric, we'll see if that pulls it up.
I wasn't sure what the electric service was then. I know, but I did know that EMPA went to Matherville and took in that portion down right around there.
And we have had some damage there. Let me show you here. We'll say damages, some outages that in that Richton area there. You'll see that. What is it, 128 down in this area here.
That's in
Hattiesburg area. 128 without power. It's not showing anything around Waynesboro at this point.
So that's good.
So yeah, that's real good.
Buddy lives down there on the Camp 8 road between Richton and Waynesboro.
Out there in the
Former
woods
sheriff I
over.
work with, Jimmy Smith, lives on that road. His power may be out.
So we're following that closely as we go back to radar, and let's take off this wind so we can go back into this. Man, you want to talk about something that just really took a fun moment away? Throw a tornado warning into something.
Yeah. Boy, talking about being able to change from one topic to another and keep it flowing.
And that was it.
We're going to stay with it. This right here, this weather comes through, and it kind of takes precedence over everything else, trying to keep everybody safe.
Now, as we mentioned there, city limits of Waynesboro now is not in the tornado warning whatsoever. So
Still got some rain, still might have a little bit of wind, but the tornado warning itself has moved northeast from downtown Waynesboro.
now look at this, all this lightning here. If you live on that rural route on 84, look how much lightning strikes we're getting. These yellow ones, they're actually hitting the ground, popping that purple's going to be some of that it's air to air. But these yellow ones, that's actually touching down and popping a few trees.
That's just north of 84?
Yeah, just north of 84. And we got some lightning below 84, but boy, it's been pounding this area right here. Let's look at the rural route of what.
Moved right in on top of my aunt and uncle live over at Hurricane, Alabama, which is south of Melbourne. So it's going right in there to where they live.
Yeah, how do you pronounce that, Todd? Isney?
Isney.
Isney.
Yeah, Isney's right on 84.
Cantwell, that's in the path of this. Now, this, again, is a much smaller path of what this tornado warning that they issued. We got, 16 minutes remaining on this. And I see this expiring, and I don't expect it. I can't speak for the National Weather Service in Mobile, but it doesn't look as though this will fire off another one. I think we may get another special weather statement with it, but at this point, I don't see it continuing. Downtown Waynesboro is 100% clear. It's still raining there, but we don't have any tornadic activity there. It's moved east of town. Following, if you live Highway 84 northward, and let's do this distance and talk about if you live north of Highway 84 northward for a period of about 3.5 miles. Most people can kind of gauge where they live from 84. Let's just go ahead and call it 5 miles, anywhere 5 miles north of Highway 84, Wayne County. And south of there, let's put it at 3 miles. We'll put that at a 3-mile radius south of 84. You need to be in your safe space as you look at that circle there. And the distance that we take here for the center of this is to the state line is about 9 miles east of.
Right.
You've traveled it.
Yeah, that's about right.
And so that's what we've got there, and we're going to clear out the distance tool there. But looking better slowly, but it's still pouring there all around 84. And this is going to be what, that loop road?
But remember, it's moving at 30 miles an hour. So just bear with it. I mean, you think 30 mile an hour ain't that fast, but it'll be gone shortly.
Yes.
Yeah, I always wanted to ask you, Scotty, how fast does your radar update?
Every 90 seconds.
Okay.
And the difference in between that is when I first got in radio, the stuff 15 minutes was the fastest you could get. And this
lot can happen in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
This is a 60-second, 90-second. I lean toward 90 just to be on it, but they claim for it to be 60. But keep in mind within 60 seconds how fast something can travel is what I mean by that. So, if we ever tell you a tornado is on the ground, and it doesn't matter whose radar it is, that's what it's going to be.
Yeah.
All right, Odie, you the mathematician. If it's 30 miles an hour, how many feet did it move in 60 seconds?
I would have to figure that.
Yeah, I can't tell you that.
But you're talking the speed of everything. And internet, how fast does your internet work? Because this radar, that site that we have that we're getting and gathering information from, the radar site itself, it has to send this information, this beam out, then it receives this beam back. Then that computer there on scene goes, okay, here's what we have. We're going to send it to our mainframe. Our mainframe takes that information, puts it on this map, embeds what it's reading, and then sends that out to all of us. So that's how this isn't just coming in. You've got these different radars that
It has to be
different-
processed.
It's got to be processed.
Yeah.
And this is taking,
It takes you 60.
microseconds to do. And to get this kind of information, back as quick as possible, and 15 seconds anywhere to 120 seconds. That's an extreme fast delivery of updated weather.
All right, another question. One other question. How many radar sites are there in East Mississippi?
That we're using right now is 2. And we're using the one that's right outside of Rankin County,
Right.
which is National Weather Service. It gives us our weather from roughly, we'll say, 8,000 feet up. And then we're using our radar site through Climavision over in Meridian. But now that's only going out 60 miles. But that gives us ground to 8,000 feet. Or 6,000 feet. So we have a little bit of 2,000 feet between 6,000 and 8,000 feet that we're not getting radar information on. But what we've got below and what we've got above, we can fill in that gap very comfortably. So right now we're using 2, but the one in Marion through Climavision is a small version, and it goes out approximately 60 miles. So from Marion, what does about a 60-mile radius look like that we're going to be able to see?
From right
where
here to my house is 50 miles.
So you can go. So that's about what we're comfortably get. Going out
To Morton.
to cover that.
Well, that's road miles. That's not
That's-
as a crow flies.
Yeah, and this is as a crow flies. So right now, that's what where we're getting most of our information from. National Weather Service does use the Climavision radar. It's a X band. It's a little bit different than what they normally use. But they do incorporate that in on their information. Now, like Barron, they don't use that particular radar. So they're getting that straight from the National Weather Service radars and pulling that information out. So everybody across the country and all the different radar companies are using the same initial information that's coming from National Weather Service radars. Their programs just interpret it the way that their what do you call the meteorologists have that system designed to do.
Now this is dying down a lot as we look at this. We'll put this past that corridor there, and let's zoom in here and take a look at what we've got left here, the areas that we need to concern with. We got 10 minutes remaining on this. Picking up here at East Shady Grove Church there along Highway 84, just north of this in Wayne County. If you live northward up to this area right here that is still going to be considered the Gretna, is that how you pronounce that?
Not sure. It's headed toward Hurricane community.
Yes.
In Choctaw County.
Okay, we got a new tornado warning that has just been issued, and this is going to be for southwestern Choctaw County and southwestern Alabama.
That's where we was talking about it was headed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I really didn't think they would extend that, but something here is showing that they needed to do that, and this is going to be until 10 a.m. as they give it another 30 minutes there.
Melvin, Needham area, Toxie, Gilberttown, probably all in the path there.
The pine tree capital of Alabama, buddy. There is some timberland over there.
Gilberttown, you are now in this South 17 down to the Highway 84
Yeah, right
corridor
north of Silas.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you live Water Valley, Alabama, Paragon, Alabama, is that how you pronounce it?
Paragon, that's right.
You've been there, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Oh, Samuel.
Anywhere you ain't been.
Not down in those.
I've been everywhere.
Yeah, man, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
We got this.
One day I'll tell y'all a story about old Samuel's history lesson in 1891, but today's not the day.
We look forward to that story there.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting.
Again, 8 minutes remaining on the tornado warning from Mississippi as it heads toward Alabama there toward Gilberttown.
Somebody asking about why not? Y'all clear.
Yes.
Everything should be
you're
good.
there.
Not even any raindrops.
Pretty much the state of Mississippi right
My
now.
house, but it's about to get out of there.
Yeah. See where Mr. Charles Stahl was glad y'all got home safely. Can't wait for y'all to come back to Mississippi. Good folks.
Really just didn't expect this morning. We expected a few
Yeah, a
thunderstorms.
few rainstorms.
Overnight, they had predicted that there could possibly be a tornado that could pop up overnight, and that was really up until about 6 a.m.
And I think they've lowered the chances for rain tomorrow down into the 20%. At one time, it was 80 or 90. So it's gonna be good and wet. Be a good time to get out and celebrate Memorial Day.
Sure will. Looking forward to that. We zoom back. All of this area here in Alabama, Gilberttown, these areas that are under this tornado warning, the weather is not because if you're looking outside, these guys are full of it. I know you're sitting up there in Manhattan.
It's clear. The sun's out. Birds are flying. That's going to change.
Heavy rain coming your way from Highway 84 out of Wayne County. And this will pass through there. And 10 o'clock is going to be the timeline that we put on Gilberttown, Alabama here in the next few moments. Breaking up in the Mississippi side as it comes across there. Just be extremely careful anywhere in here that's considered the Gretna area. That's a wide area that they consider that. This will take in those roads again of Big Rock Road, Highway 84.
North of Little Rock Road.
Yes, that's exactly where it is. We still have the East Shady Grove Church in this warning. Again, it's starting to break, and it's really east of this area here. Look at that. That looks a little bit better there as we get our latest update there. Just got that update. Alabama under a tornado warning as well until 10 a.m. Until, as we see this for southwestern Choctaw County. We'll follow this for a few more minutes there and watch these storms there. Coffeyville, Alabama, not raining yet there, but you'll get some. Silas getting some showers there. We've really moved out of the rain. Philadelphia, a little bit there up around Preston, Mississippi, getting some rain. Up into Noxubee County, Highway 45 up by the Kentucky Fried Chicken, those areas there towards Stark Vegas, Mississippi. The worst of the weather lies south of Meridian. Just barely 5 minutes remaining on this tornado warning for our friends south of us in Wayne County as it moves into Choctaw County, Alabama through 10 o'clock. Just be careful. Make sure that you're in your safe space, and we've got all of that. Odie, have you got a...
well, we can pull us up.
Clear there is Needham, Alabama clear. No, Needham is not clear. You're going to get some rain here shortly.
Yes. Yeah, that will be there very shortly. York, Alabama, as we pull this up, we got a lot of rain happening there as well. So you'll see that there.
Going to get a little wet.
Yeah. We'll have some more weather. We'll watch this very closely over the next 30 minutes there. Should things worsen, we'll be back with information on that.
Yes, just be weather-wise.
Yes, sir.
Stay up with it. And let's see, Romans 10:14. How then can they call on the one that have not believed in? And how can they believe in one whom they have not heard? And how can they hear without someone preaching to them? Boy, I tell you, usually I allow everything to kind of flow out and go, but that's kind of got me. But how then can they call on the one they not believe in? And you can't just wait until you're in a dire situation and then say, "Oh God, help." You've got to have a relationship with him continuous and have him in your heart and believe in him and talk to him and listen to him all day, every day. And we all fall short. I know I fall short of the glory of the God constantly. But I have that belief and I have that know that when I need him, he is there. But we can't just call on him at the drop of the hat and after we discard him on a regular basis. Keep him in your heart.
And you saying that, there's a lot of good people. not going to heaven.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
It's not guaranteed that we're going to see them when we.
What was that old Randy Travis song? Highway to Heaven is paid with good intentions.
Good intention.
Yes.
We have to say congratulations here. We got some kids here. The West Lauderdale 6U first place champions, the Tigers. Congratulations.
Yeah.
And we're getting in. Somebody's lost a card. Let's go here and see this. This is one of those. This was left at Hope Village Thrift Shop. Yvonne, you lost your card there. Yvonne Hand. So this is going to be over at the Village Thrift Store. If anybody knows Yvonne, please let her know.
I just got a post from Mathis Peaches. Man, they got fresh vegetables this weekend. If you want to cook something good, man, they got all kind of fresh stuff. Got your watermelons. I think they got some corn, tomatoes.
BRW, because he's probably going to load up today.
Yeah. They got all that ice cream, got them nachos. Man, they got some good stuff down there for the weekends. Get you a steak and cook on the grill.
Ooh, that'll start the weekend off right.
Amen.
Just a quick reminder as we close out this weather, as we pull this back up and take a look here. We're running out in about 90 seconds. This tornado warning will expire in Mississippi. Gilbertown, Alabama, Silas area need to be concerned over this through about 10 o'clock is what we're going to put that at. Emory, Alabama, all these areas right along there, including Isney, Alabama, through 10 a.m. rather.
Gilbertown. Don't go outside and look and say it's beautiful, birds are flying, and the sun is out, because we do expect that to change here shortly. Just be careful where you are and where your safe spaces are. So, but y'all have a wonderful day. Be safe out there. Have a great weekend. Remember, while we're celebrating this weekend, and why we've got the freedom to even do that in the first place.
Todd, any closing remarks? We want to say thank you for coming.
It's a pleasure to be here. I always have a blast. Y'all a fun group, and I enjoy doing this. And thank you for inviting me. We'll do it again.
Yeah.
We had a good time. Hey, I want to also thank Miss Pam Compton for feeding us last night. We ate high up on the hog, didn't
What
we?
was that, Greg, that I had?
Man, she had 3 big old pots. Had a pot of turnip green soup, a pot of chicken tortilla soup.
That's what I
and
had.
a pot of taco soup.
Oh, taco was it.
And 2 pans of fresh cornbread. Me and Scotty Ray eat like hogs.
And I asked Greg, I said, what'd she do with all that? I mean, it wasn't like she cooked a little bit. It was like huge. She could have fed an army.
We certainly appreciated it. It was mighty fine. We love y'all. Y'all have a good weekend and try to get along.
Yeah.
Amen.
The tornado warning for our area in Mississippi has expired at 9:30. That has now gone. We have a tornado warning for Alabama, Choctaw, until 10 a.m. We'll keep you
Hey,
posted.
remember, come see us tomorrow. We'll be up at 10 o'clock. Get your Scotty Ray merchandise. He might even be in and out tomorrow to sign a shirt or a hat or something.
Just let me know.
We'll be there.
Got action figures.
May have one.
Working on that, I hear.
Scotty Ray bobblehead.
Oh, I thought you had another one.
We're working on that too.
Okay.
Y'all have a great day.